I am going to make myself disappear and reappear. 1, 2, 3. And now I am going to reappear. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. I pray for everyone who is involved in the adult entertainment industry. I do not wish illnesses such as STDs and early death upon anybody. May God bless all of them for the health risks they take in order to support themselves and their families. I would like to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. Best wishes and good health to all of you. God bless you all.
Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
Here we are! European friendly hours! What's he doing?
Oh my god!
This is like working hours for all normal people here in Burgerstan. How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Europe? I've got so much to share with you. You've picked a good time. If you're in here, if you're in this chat, this is like a first cool stream for a lot of you Euros. All you Euros come in my comments, watching the archives. I appreciate that, by the way. Saying, I never get to catch these. It's like 2 a.m. my time. So I went to the internet and I figured out, okay, what's a good middle ground? What is 5 p.m. Central, or what is 5 p.m. Central Euro time, right? I'm in the Central time zone in America. What is the Central European? So I figured out what time 5 p.m. was over there. You know, Europe covers a lot of ground. So, it's 10 a.m. where I'm at. I had to make a lot of sacrifices to stream what I'm about to stream today, but I got a lot to share with you. So, Guten, I would say it's not Guten Morgen. It's Guten Morgen for me, but it would be Guten Tag for all you Germans out there. Hello, everyone. Let's shout out everyone who showed up today. So, we got JR, hell yeah, Gunpla's in here. T Crushed, what's up? Piviblis Cornivlis Skipo, I don't know what. It's called Faithers in here. Grissom, 360 kilobytes. Somebody asked me, where do I get the Pissed Off Angry Gamer video clips? I have a whole archive of them. They've been uploaded to the Internet Archive. And I also have a local archive, which I always pull one out of my hat whenever I'm feeling down or I just need a good laugh. He's my favorite. Out of the old school YouTubers, Eric Abramov, the Pissed Off Angry Gamer, one of my all-time favorites. He's a legend, for sure. 360 kilobytes says, I love and respect your channel. Thanks for making cool, interesting videos. More's on the way. Right now, I'm 41 hours into Death Stranding 2. That has been all I've been up to, mostly. I've been streaming it to my Steam Deck, which is what we're going to be playing on today. I stream it from my PS5 to my Steam Deck, so I can, I don't know, move around and not hog all the TV and stuff like that. And it plays great. Chiaki is the program I use. Smeen Boy, early cool stream, yeah. Username, I'm at work, Akiko. Welcome to my office. Happy to be here. I don't know, it's nebulous if this is safe for work or not. We're gonna just say go ahead. Go ahead. JR says, bummed out about Fish Tank being canceled, but happy about cool stream. Yeah, I'm really sad about Fish Tank. If you don't know, Fish Tank is Sam Hyde's reality TV show. It's a 24/7 house where they have like 8 deranged contestants of all various like employment and mental states, and they're given a series of challenges for an $8,000 prize pool. And it's 24/7. There's chat interactivity, and you can do TTS, like you can pay money to have the Bluetooth speakers in the house blare out stuff. You can do things like pay money and take away somebody's mattresses, or you can give gifts to your favorite fish within the fish tank. Anyway, it was on season 4. Fish Tank has had like multiple seasons. Season 1, season 2, there was Blood Games, which was an in the woods live action role playing vampires kind of mini season. There was Bitch Tank, which was an all girls fish tank. There was Stream Stars, which were just people streaming in their own bedrooms trying to compete to be on the show. And Andy Dick, infamous Phil Hartman murderer Andy Dick, was also on Stream Stars. And then season 4 started about 2 weeks ago, and I've been watching it the entire time. I was really invested in it. And the municipality where the show was being filmed, there was a bunch of boomers that were angry that they were filming. By the way, Fish Tank is all filmed indoors in a house. The main rule is they can't leave the house. They can leave at any time if they want, but if they leave, they get eliminated. So the municipality condemned one of the houses and then kicked him out of another, and just basically gave him the kibosh that it was they just did not have the legal standing to continue filming the show. So they kind of called a draw. So all the contestants got paid out $8,000 evenly, and they're now taking some time to like rebuild Fish Tank and figure out how to do it legally. I don't really know all the particulars about that, but I just hope it comes back soon. I was really into it, and it's a great show. You can watch the archives and stuff up on YouTube. There's like also compilation and recap things up on the Fish Tank YouTube channel, so go check it out. 360 kilobytes says, genuinely, it's great to have a channel that doesn't make generic mainstream videos. So thanks. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I just try and make videos that I think would be interesting to watch, and then I try not to watch too many other gaming channels, because I feel like that creep, that pull to do something that's like more, I don't know, generic, more top blah blah blah, or did you know kind of facts. I just try and do it my way. I like to do it my way. GR says Andy Dick was going to be in Blood Games too. I don't know. I mean, Andy Dick's got a handler, and he's been in a like 10-year epic spiral. I don't know how long he would have lasted. Maybe he would have been like what they call a freeloader, to show up for a little bit. Microvic didn't know Hikiko was such an edgy boy. Yeah, I don't know if that makes it. Does watching something make you edgy? Like, my mom used to watch reality TV all the time. Like a lot of boomers did. Does that really make them? Does the content you watch, the content you consume, is that a reflection of who you are? Think about that as you watch the cool stream, the most degenerate stream out there. Are you a Sam Hyde or MDA fan in general, says username? Yeah, I am. I've been watching since their original skits, and I linked up a buddy of mine I have a friend who's a music producer. I linked him up with Sam back when they were making World Peace, and my buddy contributed music for the Wall Show skit. So if you've ever seen the Wall Show, that little introduction jingle, that's my buddy Ryan, who's been on the channel. And yeah, I've loved MD for a long time. Grissom says, I believe the prize was actually $50K. The AK was a joke. Well, it depends. It really depends. I mean, there's a lot of different layers of abstraction when it comes to jokes. So I'm not sure. I'm not opposed to doing a top 10 video. Wink, wink. I'm not opposed to doing that. But I just try and talk about topics I care about, and I try not to rush things out there anymore, because I don't have like industry insider connections. I have the same access that you do to games. So like I don't get them like press release early access. Sometimes I do. Like one or two times I actually did. Like Onion Games hooked me up a couple of times, and I reviewed, I think, Monomore. All right, getting into it. One more thing. Publius Cornelius. The Wall Show was a Kino skit, but my favorite was the man who would never be what they made him to be. Yeah, because the John Mouse. My favorite MDE skit from World Peace was Teacher, because I could relate to it in a lot of ways. It's stunningly accurate to the teacher experience here in America. Okay, so as you can see with our background here, this is the clock from the PS2. I'm using a Steam Engine wallpaper, and I've got that my OBS connected to it, so it makes it look cooler than it actually is. But this is the PlayStation 2 clock. I would say out of any system I ever had, the PlayStation 2 is my absolute favorite. So if you want to know where my heart lies, my generation, it's like in the PS1, PS2 era. And I've probably told my story about how I got my PS2, but I spent so much time mowing lawns, doing chores, trading in shit just to get a PS2 by itself. I didn't have money for a memory card. I didn't have money for a game. I had to rent the games I had for like the first year. And I remember, because I had no games, I literally bought a system with no games, because the games would eventually come, right? I when I didn't rent a game, I would like look at the system menu, and one of my favorite things was like this big void space, like this big portal with these like monolithic number. I guess these are like the points, the hours, the monolithic figures, the crystal figures in the middle. I always loved the design, the graphic design of the PS2. And I try and incorporate some of those sensibilities into my own editing. But since I have you Euros here, I have 30 of you, never going to do a European stream. 30 people in here, come on. You better start calling up all your friends and telling them, because this next bit's really important. I gotta do my piece on the European Citizens Initiative Online Collective Systems Stop Destroying Games, aka Stop Killing Games piece here. So if you don't know about this is an initiative. It's made by Ross Scott of Accursed Farms. This is a issue that's near and dear to my heart, and it should be yours too if you're watching Hikikomori Media. You know that I did a whole series of videos about the C-bomb and video game preservation. The long and short of it is Ross Scott has a whole segment on his channel about dead games, dead game news. And probably his most famous video is about The Crew, and how that entire game was killed because there was online dependencies for every bit of the game. There was no offline modes whatsoever. And as we're now in a subscription-based model society, we live in a society, this is going to become more common. Like, I recently streamed Resident Evil Reverse about a couple streams ago. That is now a dead game. As of last month, the end of last month, it is now a dead game. You can, all the skins you bought, all the different achievements you made, it means nothing. You can't access it. You can't see it. Capcom has that money. And the initiative here is mostly about better communication from the publishers, the developers, towards the consumers. It's not really asking for like broad sweeping oversight or laws as it's been marketed to be. Primarily, it's about not forcing, but suggesting that developers put in what they call end-of-life plans into their games. So if they're going to sell you something that has online dependencies, they should at least attach, like, you know, a predictive expiration date. Like, as weird as that sounds, like, games that have online dependencies should have more transparent language so that the average consumer doesn't get duped into buying like a Concord or whatever, and just have that game just die right there in front of them, and have no access. Either that, and it also offers up some other suggestions, like passing over like the server code to consumers, like after the game is outside of its support period, so people can do their own peer-to-peer servers. Maybe building in an offline mode, just a suggestion, and certainly being more forthright with, you know, this requires an online, this requires a subscription pass, blah, 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 blah. And Ross kind of did what they call like a shotgun approach. Like, he tried to get so many different countries involved to get like legislation on the books, to have some sort of precedent set before we even like tackle the United States, which really has strong corporate protections. So he felt the best bet to start with was the European Union. And in order for this to be seen, it had to get 1 million signatures. Now, before I scroll down, I'm very happy, by the way. Before I scroll down, I want to say just 2 weeks ago, this petition had only about 100,000 signatures, which was 10% of what it needed to be meet its goal. So there was a little drama, and this drama had been going on for about 5 months or so with another YouTuber. His name was Pirate Software, who's just like some smug Nepo baby industry plant guy who speaks with a lot of authority. And he wanted to murder this in the cradle, as they say. This Pirate Software guy actually had a live service game, which he kind of didn't necessarily come out and say yeah, I actually have skin in this game and this could affect me, blah, 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 blah. And he wanted to say that this petition was, political overreach, and that it was going to have some strict enforcements and it was going to affect all these indie devs and blah, 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 blah. And he deliberately did this, and he was lying by omission, as they say, and trying to paint Ross as disingenuous, as a used car salesman. And at every turn, Ross tried to have a discussion with this Pirate Software guy, and the dude just ran from him and just said, "No, I'm not interested. No, he's a fraud. He's disingenuous, blah, 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 blah." Completely running scared because he knew that Ross would just have a diplomatic discussion with him. And I guarantee if he had Ross on stream, he would have just Ross would have been just really nice to him and probably conceded some points, and that would have been it. But we have what we call the Streisand effect, and now the petition is at 826,378 signatures. I think we're going to make it because our deadline here is July 31st. I think the momentum is here. And this is all thanks to Pirate Software's big baby meltdown. There are more people now that are aware. If Pirate just had Ross on a stream and discussed all the points, and maybe even said, if he was genuine, said maybe he should rewrite this or present it a different, that would have, but no. Because Pirate Software tried to paint Ross Scott as some sort of trickster, a huckster, a fraud. All the skeletons in Pirate Software's closet just tumbled out all at once. A Streisand effect took place, and it got it got the attention of really big YouTubers Moist Critical. There was Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. Literally it just got the eye of Sauron upon it. So I'm very happy about this. This is something, the Stop Killing Video Games initiative is something that I wish I would have thought of back when I was making my C-bomb videos, because in a similar vein, that's how I felt about all these digital games on digital exclusive games on these consoles. And having a hardware failure and a DRM component come in there and lock you out of all the games that you purchased really doesn't make a solid argument for an all-digital future. Now, I'm not opposed to digital games, don't get me wrong. I buy digital games still. I buy physical games still. Whatever makes the most sense for me at the time. But I don't place my faith in companies being what they call the stewards of preservation. I don't believe that Nintendo has any incentive to carry on to allow you to buy Star Tropics 1 and 2 and Zoda's Revenge. There, I don't trust them to preserve those games and make them accessible for future generations. And so initiatives like these, I really get passionate about. So I try not to get on my soapbox too much here, but it looks like we're gonna hit the 1 million goal, and I'm very happy. So shout out to all the Euros out there.
Okay, throw me some numbers.
You threw me the numbers. I'm really happy, and I think this is going to have a domino effect, if you will, across the world. So we'll probably, if this passes through, even if it doesn't get written to law, it definitely shows that there's people out there that care about it. Because what I think the biggest enemy of all of these kind of petitions is apathy. Apathy is, I saw this when I was dealing with the C-bomb and the DRM stuff on the Xbox. there are people who are like, no, who cares? It's too late. This is the future. This is now. When like less than 10 years ago, we had people make their voices heard, and they changed the DRM on the Xbox One and really cleaned up house there. I think they would have, if they could have, they would have pushed this shit a lot earlier. And we definitely gotta use our voices. I mean, it feels kind of hopeless sometimes, but I don't think it is. Like, looking at stuff like this is your white pill for the day. But that's not the only one. I'm gonna slide in one more. This is for you British people. There's another petition too, that's UK specific. And this petition here is going to the UK government parliament, which is separate from the EU petition. And I think it has a good chance of passing, because once again, this was only sitting at, I think, 20,000 signatures for a long time. And then I think after PewDiePie or something tweeted it out, we're now at 90. I think literally my stream could push this over. If I could get 10 of you Brits in here to sign this. Oh, they're good. Are we? Should I leave it here? It's about to do it. We're about to do it on stream. If we just get 1,000 more signatures, I think this is gonna happen. I'm just gonna leave this here for a little bit. We're gonna watch chat. I was not expecting that, but I think both of them, if both of them pass, that's going to be beautiful. I'm going to be very happy with that. All right. Let me read a little chat. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. Pirate Software is a plant. Yeah, most definitely. That guy showed up in my algorithm on Facebook. He was on Instagram. They all at once. He just came out of nowhere. And I just saw this dude just talking into his microphone like, yes, this is exactly how things are in the gaming industry, and I know, and everyone else was retarded. Like, that's how he presents himself. Just like, do people like that patronizing tone of voice, that condescension? I hate that. I like to be a more inclusive speaker. You know, let people in. Like, I don't know shit about anything. I just like games. Wow. I think we're gonna check back in on this too. Let's see here. Yeah, the scattershot approach. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because he worked in the industry in the past. Right. His dad got him a job at Blizzard, and I guess he's had like various team members come out and say like, oh, he was insufferable, and they shuffled him around because like nobody wanted to work with him because he was so haughty and highfalutin, as they say. And there's some other potential breast milk allegations in there. He had a little sippy of the breast milk in the public refrigerators over at Blizzard. I don't know if that's true, but that's just like another layer to this shitty human. Grissom says, I'm not actually super aware of the Pirate Software drama. I knew it because I'm a fan of Ross. Yeah, I'm a fan of Ross too. And the thing is, like, when you see somebody who comes in with good intentions, like a genuinely good soul, like Ross has never done anything bad to anyone. His initiative wasn't to make money. It wasn't some sort of grift. He wasn't asking for anything but signatures. I think there was more people that looked at Ross and listened to what he was saying and came to their own conclusions that, yeah, this other guy's such a liar. And I think it's because that Pirate Software guy had a bigger platform, and sadly, the biggest platforms are usually the first thing that people hear, so that becomes their solidified opinion on things, and it takes a lot to change minds after they've already been set. So it looks like the momentum has swung the other way. Yeah, PewDiePie covered it, and he funneled people over to the petition, so we should definitely see some. It looks like we're going to see both of them pass, but I guess the UK one's going to pass first. Dylan says not British, just up at the butt crack of dawn. Yeah, it's about 10:30 where I'm at. All right. Yeah, somebody said like pirate software was all over your algo. Some of these people that you can just feel like this astroturfing happen. On Reddit especially, Reddit is absolutely compromised. And as much, I'm not trying to be like a contrarian, I'm not trying to be an edgy boy, but when I start to see videos and news coming out of Reddit, do know that Reddit is very AI driven nowadays. The bots own the place. A lot of the old guard moderators have up and left because they were against the AI policies. So there's definitely corporate interests that have influenced that place, not just like in the past few years, but I would say in the past 10 years, Reddit has been absolutely astroturfed by big corporate interests. And it's very easy to do when you have an upvote, downvote karma system to put company and big conglomerate interests to the top of the search results, because that's essentially what Reddit is. It's like an aggregate of public opinion, or what should go before the public. See, the way I used to use Reddit was I'd find a really specific subreddit of an interest I had, like Deadly Premonition and stuff, which isn't compromised because I actually know the moderator, the owner of our Deadly Premonition, so that place is cool. But a lot of the like our gaming, our games and stuff like that, definite EA and Ubisoft and all that sort of influence. You don't really see so much dismissiveness or detractor kind of things like that coming out of those joints. Our Nintendo at lost cause. Dylan says, my game is coming out in October, but it's stuck on the Meta platform. Would this initiative affect my game if Meta shut down their storefront? I really don't know. There's a lot to your situation. I'd have to look at it. I have to actually sit down and look at all the information before I come to a conclusion on that one. Hey, what's up? Century is down. Big Mod's in here. Wow, everyone showed up here. All right, we're going to check back in on the UK thing, but I wanted to do a little show and tell. So we're going to go to full cam mode. Let's go get a little music, shall we? Do I have any music in here? I don't have any music in here. That's fine. So I actually had somebody in my Discord said, I'm not going to name names, but somebody in my Discord said, hey, Hikiko, I'm going to actually check it out, but you made me stop playing Onimusha for this. Well, I'm going to reward you, because something just came in the mail. I got the first and only issue of Onimusha Pro. I just got this. This is the official Onimusha gaming magazine, and I saw this on Instagram. I thought it was some sort of scam at first, but Capcom actually did something cool. They made their own like little Game Pro mock-up of Onimusha. This is for Onimusha 2 remaster, Samurai's Destiny remaster. And if you signed up and you gave them all of your personal information, they would mail you an actual magazine. So this is a real deal magazine that just showed up at my place. And it gives you facts, and they made even little mock-up ads. Let me see here. Like, they made up little mock-up ads, and they made it in the old style of Game Pro. Isn't this crazy? It's got little character biographies, too. And there's something even cooler, which I'll tell you. But they got a word search. They've got, like, little secrets. And then like what's new in the HD remaster. And I already ripped it out and mailed it in, but there's a contest too. This magazine came with a mail-in contest that if you filled it out and then sent it back to Capcom, you could win a trip to Japan, or you could win a physical copy of Onimusha 2. So I filled it out immediately and I sent it in. So hopefully we'll hear back from them in a couple of months. I think the contest ends in 3 months. So I'll keep you up to date on that. So I hope it was worth it. That was my Onimusha 2 segment, okay? All right, let's check back in over here. Looks like we're definitely going to make this during the stream. So we're going to play some Zombie Virus for the PS2. I had to pick out a simple series game, a European game from 505 Game Street, and something that all Europeans know. So, and I also love the game. So we're going to pop over here to my Steam Deck. I got it all set up. I got PCSX2 running. So hopefully everything will be working for the stream. I always test out my equipment, okay, before we get things started. All right, so bling, and then let's get over here. Double tap that. There we go, full screen. So here we are, everyone. I think this was my first Simple Series video. Was it the Zombie Virus? This was the one that started it all. Let's see if I can... Yeah, we got the dash in. So this is Zombie Virus. It's made by Wingtet Un. They made Splattermaster. They made the Yakuza Fury. This was like 20 British pounds. It was 20 euros. It's $20, 2,000 yen over in Japan. But the gist of it is you are an ambulance driver, a QQ Sha driver, in I think it's called Sunshine City. You're in a zombified city, and it's a game of Crazy Taxi, essentially. You get it's kind of a bit like Suikoden. You get different members for your bunker here. So this is the hospital garage, and you find people out and about, and they add things. They like mod out your ambulance, and they improve your bunker. So I'll just get right into it. So how's the audio coming in? Can you hear it okay? Am I too loud? Is the game too loud? Let's get this figured out before we get going here. So I'm very excited about this one. 360 KB. This is I have a whole retrospective on this game on my channel. It's called the Zombie Virus. It's Simple Series Episode 1. This game is incredible. It's what really started my obsession with the Simple Series. Maybe EDF, but... So, you're in the city. It's all pitch black. There's a zombie virus going around, of course. And we're just going to go through the ropes here. So there still doesn't seem to be anybody. So we got to find various people throughout. So it says durability gauge. On the bottom left, that shows how the shape of your ambulance here. You got a survivor gauge, so I can only hold 2 survivors at once. And all the survivors are infected, so I've got to get them to the hospital before they turn into a zombie. Otherwise, they'll destroy the ambulance and the people inside of it. And the hospital also has a morale gauge. So if I don't supply the hospital with people, they all get depressed, and then it turns to game over. And then you got a radar. There's also a zombie combo meter here. So we're going to start off pretty easy. So this is just a regular person. They don't really have any special attributes. The regular people don't. You got to find somebody like soldiers, mechanics, politicians, and stuff like that. And then pretty soon we're going to get into a situation where in order to upgrade stuff, you got to get zombie combos. So the game starts off pretty basic at first, but it does evolve the premise as you go along. But I'm just doing a quick little sweep of the area. But if you look at the bottom left, you'll see that the survivor, there's purple filling up in their legs. That means... Oh, we got a soldier here. That means they're turning into a zombie. So, 2 is my capacity. Now we gotta go deliver the dunk here. and boom. And really, that seems like that's all there is to it. But the premise builds upon itself. There's boss fights, there's upgrades, there's vehicle customization, and there's dialogue too. They're like Suikoden, like when you unlock somebody, they'll have something to say. So now that we've gotten a couple survivors, some of them should show up. So nobody's here. Oh, and you can have up to 5 different vehicles. I think there's a vehicle I still haven't unlocked yet, but here's our soldier. There's still many survivors left in the city. We'll protect the hospital, so please rescue them. Oh yeah, I believe the soldiers increase the morale gauge of your hospital. So everything you do essentially has a purpose. And these are our stats here with the sexy nurse. And then they tell you about all the different kind of survivors. And this is where you save your game. I think. Or maybe it's the other lady. Yeah, it's this lady over here. She's the save point. So we'll do our first safety save. Very cool font. Yeah. It's kind of like a rougher PlayStation 2 font. Just like a one with a lot of rough pixels. JR says, it's one of the few Simple Series games I never tried, but it looks interesting. Yeah, it's really, really good. If you watch I think I have 7 episodes of the Simple Series. All of them are the best of the bunch, I feel. Except for maybe the pirate. I did the pirate one as sort of a meme. Okay, let's go get some more survivors. If you guys have played Moon Remix RPG or Tulip or just any sort of Dandori game as they call it, where there's a timer, I love that sort of progression, if you know what I mean. Like where the game starts off a little shitty and slow. I guess you could say that about Death Stranding as well. And you don't have many resources, and then as you go along, you feel that sense of reward and achievement. Oh, that morale is falling fast. I gotta find somebody. Oh, here we go. So we got a cop. And I believe cops, I'm not sure if they do the morale. There's also mutiny that can break out within the ranks. So they may prevent the mutiny from happening. All right. Because the cop has a lot of health, we're going to keep searching. I'm looking in the top right because if I see a white dot, that'll tell me there's a survivor. So we got just a regular citizen. And there's also health pickups similar to Earth Defense Force. So if you have infected people, you can get little bits of medicine to stave off the zombie virus a little longer. But apparently, I guess they have the cure for the zombie virus inside the hospital, so... Alright. We're growing the base. Dylan says, I got into PS2 collecting around 2012 and got Kuon Rule of Rose, Haunting Ground for about $20. Yeah, I bought I have those as well. And I got them when they were super, super cheap. I'll have to tell my Haunting Ground story someday. Probably when I cover Haunting Ground. So the cop says, I can't get a connection with the other officers. What's going to happen to this city? Let's figure out what the cops do. Because I still don't know. I think maybe this nurse knows. So males, they boost morale. Females boost morale. Soldiers they increase the max morale capacity. Cops greatly, they embolden those, so they boost, they prevent a mutiny, and they greatly boost morale. So when it says boost morale, what it is it's just essentially recovering. It's just kind of like a potion, right? So every survivor you bring, it's healing the morale, and every soldier you bring in extends that meter, if that makes sense. This was a $20 game, okay? $20 game, and the European version of it has Italian, Spanish, and English on there. So, about 10 years ago, when I was collecting PS2 games, I would buy the European PAL versions of all the Simple Series games because they had 3 languages on them, and I was like, one day, people are going to give a shit about these. And I think that day is coming. The Rent Pursuer says, I remember this PSP Simple Series game where you play as a demon hunting nuns. Rent Pursuer, if you figure out what game that is, send it to me. I'd like to check that out. Username, doctors and nurses do dress like this in Japan. There are some traditions that haven't gone away. But not in America. They just wear scrubs, mostly. Okay, we got a male survivor. I want to get a mechanic because that's when the game starts to get real good. Because then you can start to upgrade stuff and turn your ambulance into like something from Death Proof. Or something from Death Race. And we got a soldier. So the game starts out kind of slow. I think you have to get a mayor. So after you collect, I think, every 50 survivors, you have to unlock a politician, and the politician tells you where the boss is. I believe there are 4 different boss fights in the game. I've done an entire long play of this on my backup channel, so if you type in zombie virus, let's play no commentary, that's my run. I was the first person on YouTube to do a full-on let's play of this thing. So I've got a full 100% run. And I've streamed this once before. I think like 6 or 7 years ago I streamed this. I'm not saying they gotta go full on Ren and Stimpy nurse, but scrubs are so ugly. Well, the purpose of wearing hospital scrubs is it's more of a function than anything. They're quick to, they're easier to clean than dealing with like stark white cotton material, especially if you're dealing with a lot of bodily fluids and other things of that nature. Scrubs are a matter of convenience, and the nurses in America are very overworked. They have not a set schedule, but they have like an on-call kind of thing. Like one of my friends growing up, her mother was a nurse, and she always had a pager because she couldn't be at home for like more than 4 hours most days because she'd get called back to the nurse. And like if you go into hospitals, they actually have bunks and like dormitories for nurses and other assistants within the hospital because it's a 24-hour ecosystem, if you think about it. Very stressful. But if you want a good movie about being an ambulance driver, I recommend Bringing Out the Dead, starring Nicolas Cage. It's a Martin Scorsese film, but it's just about the graveyard shift ambulance drivers and the stuff they're seeing. And it inspired a bit of D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. The drug in the movie Bringing Out the Dead is called blood. And it's kind of like it takes place during a big drug epidemic, sort of like fentanyl. So it is sort of relevant to the current era. But Bringing Out the Dead's just a great movie. And if you've played Dark Dreams Don't Die, you'll make the connection pretty quick. You'll be like, oh, so that's where Swery gets his ideas. I originally had a segment about that in my Dark Dreams Don't Die video, but the video was getting rather long, and I cut it for some reason. But if I ever do a director's cut of that video, I may do it, by the way. Every time I find some new relevant information about a subject that I've covered, I try and go back and include it in there, just so I'm not like spreading misinfo or something like that. Yeah. Like the Swery files, as I see them, and Shadows of the Damned, as I see it, is sort of a living document on my channel. So as new information is found, I want to provide it. Somebody said petition check. Where are we at till we reach 6 figures? Yeah, this is a good time for a petition check, I would say. Let's take a quick look. We did it! We did it!
You win!
Thank you, Brits. Did any of you from the stream sign that while you were watching, by the way? That'd be really cool if you did. But if not, either way, yeah. For some reason, the green bar didn't fill up all the way. But now we're in overtime mode, so the Brits did it. They really pulled they really pulled through on this one. Thank you, guys. Let me check. Let me change tabs here. Oops. Right there. That's craziness. You guys are at 8,000, whatever. Hold on. I can't read that. I gotta switch signals. Okay, so this one has 826,000. Where were we at the beginning of the stream? Where were we at the beginning of the stream? Also, my internet history is clean. I was like, oh shit, did my internet history just go up on there? Everything is above board. Thank God. I had to check that too. No, we're good. Usually before the stream, I'm just like setting up all the YouTube backend stuff, so we're good. Well, that'd be hilarious though. This was the downfall right here. He talked about stop killing games and he killed his channel. Were we at 99? Yeah, I think at the beginning of the stream, the UK one was at 99,000. All right, what's the soldier saying? Okay, he's got nothing new to say. I know, like, as we go along, this place is gonna fill up with all sorts of survivors. Oh, this guy's new. He doesn't seem to have the energy to talk. This guy's new. Anyway, for now, let's gather as many of the city survivors in this hospital. I think in this is there's a little. Nope, it's fine. I want to say that this is the same guy. Is this just a palette swap? Oh, the game's not on the screen. My bad, my bad. Right here. Thank you. This almost looks like a palette swap. You guys see this? I think this is the same guy, only in different clothes. Same hairline. The shade of orange is a bit different. But what, like my guy right here is a little bit shorter. Same hands for sure. MD Chaos, this game is cool. We're about to get some mechanics and stuff, and then we can upgrade our our ambulance, our QQ Sha. It didn't change for the EU one. Oh, okay. You think they update it once a day? There's a good chance that, I want to say by week's end, they're gonna clear the goal. But the UK did it on stream. So if we get 2 for 2 out of the 2 petitions, that's really good news. I think Brazil's also looking into... I was reading yesterday that Brazil is looking at suing Nintendo right now because of their EULA. There's a EULA on the Switch 2 with a provision that states that Nintendo can disable the Nintendo Switch 2 if they found... Oh, there's a mechanic. Sweet. If they find that the user has modified the hardware in such a way, or the software in such a way, that violates copyright. And Brazil, I believe, is suing Nintendo for that because they believe that violates consumer rights, and that's just an overreach in general. So that would be really cool if they did that. Our hospital morale, by the way, is like at the halfway point, so getting a cop here is the best thing we can do because that will fully restore our hospital morale gauge. So we're gonna trek all the way back. By the way, this game gets significantly harder because then you have to enter different zones. So you have to like go across town and then go through the woods and all sorts of stuff. But it starts out pretty easy. $360 kilobytes says, I've never played Flower, Sun, and Rain. Is there going to be a PS2 English translation? I don't know. The thing is, and I went on this tangent a while back, but I feel there's, like the Silent Hill community, the Grasshopper manufacturer fans, there's a lot of tourists in it that don't actually play the games or buy the games when they come out. Like, they like the aesthetic. They like being a part of the memes in that sort of sense. But when it comes to playing the games, they'll watch a Let's Play or something and then not support the starving artists that they claim to care about. As evidenced by my Shadows of the Dam video. But I just don't see any financial incentive for Grasshopper to do anything with Flower, Sun, and Rain. It's a miserable game to play. There's no buts about it. It's a bunch of math. It's a bunch of reading. And a lot of frustrating, like deliberately frustrating, waste your time plot. And some people are like, that's the aesthetic. That's what it's all about. And I get it on that level, but it's not enjoyable in the sense that it's going to make Grasshopper any money. I personally, if it does show up, if it does happen, I'd buy it. But I feel like I'd be alone in buying it. I'm a glutton for punishment. But a lot of the Grasshopper fans are all talk. They don't buy. They're no-pay fans. And they're kind of snooty. Some of them, not all of them, because I know some really cool Grasshopper fans that have done a lot for the community and preservation. But I know that some are like, if it's anything post No More Heroes, I won't touch it. Okay, let's have our favorite company just completely suffer in obscurity forever. let's make sure there's no Suda 52s or Suda 53s to come after him. You gotta turn up for, if you're truly a fan of something, you gotta, the most important thing you can do, sadly, is vote with your wallet. Show up. Alright, Century is Down says, so many Mahjong and parlor games in the Simple series. Yes. Sling and tiles. Devs used to be more creative. This game looks like a lot of fun. Cue that Sam Hyde rant about the Fallout stream. You only make games for little kids now. Yeah. I see a lot of the infantilization of brands of video games. Nintendo is really guilty of that, out of anyone. Death Stranding 2, by the way, one of the best games I've ever played in my life. I'm going to be making a video on it. You guys kind of know my feelings on it already from my last video, but I'm really going to go hard in the paint on this one. Okay, so let's talk about the mechanics. The literal mechanics here. In the zombie virus, the more mechanics you get, the more upgrades and mods for your vehicle you can get. So you get parts. This is the list here. So there are 3 main components and then the body. Or there's 4 main components in the body. So you've got engine, tires, you've got bumper, and then you can customize the lights. Like the lights on top of your vehicle. So we're going to go for the broad bumper. And so if you look at the bottom left corner there, it says in development. So it means I have to kill 40 zombies and return to the hospital to get this upgrade. Let's see if I can't get any other upgrades, by the way. And then you get all these different types of cars. And I think I've only unlocked 4 of them. I haven't got the secret 5th one yet. Yeah, I'm going to taunt the Grasshopper fans. I'm going to call them cowards until they start buying stuff. I know, I tease. I do have a lot of subscribers that do show up and support, and I've seen a lot of them. But I feel the loudest, most annoying, insufferable Grasshopper fans are the no-pay fans. They got the strongest opinions, but the shallowest pockets for our boy Suda. And I won't stand for it. If you want Grasshopper to remain solvent, then throw him $20 for Shadows of the Dam. God damn. At least we got Slitterhead. Yeah, from Ito's, or it's not Ito, Toyama. Keiichiro Toyama's new company, the creator of Silent Hill and Gravity Rush. 360 kilobytes. I should really start playing Grasshopper games. Yes. It depends on what you really like, because Grasshopper has a very diverse library of titles. If you like visual novels, they've got them. Action games, experimental art house games. I really like Michigan Report from Hell. I've got a video on it on my channel if you want to know what it's all about. But if you can track down a copy of Michigan Report from Hell, that's a really good entry-level Grasshopper game, I feel, that almost anyone can appreciate. It's pretty easy to pick up and play. No More Heroes, of course. Let's see. I really like No More Heroes. I like all of them, honestly. There are people that say only No More Heroes 1 is good, and I disagree with that assessment. I think each one of the No More Heroes titles provides something unique or worth playing, worth trying. Like, people hate 2 because Suda didn't direct it, and how it's essentially a boss rush mode with 8-bit games, but I loved it when it came out. Travis Strikes Again is a commentary on indie game development and the struggles therein. Suda's Diary, essentially, is what Travis Strikes Again is. His developer diary. It's a beautiful game. No, there's nothing like it out there, honestly. Imagine like playing a game developed by Gabe Newell with just commentary nodes being like one of the main features. That's just kind of like a highlight of all of his career. That's Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes 3 is unfinished, I believe. There's like big blocked off swaths of the game that you can't access. And it doesn't abruptly end, but it feels like there should have been more to it, but I still like it for what it is. It's got soul. It's got character. Contact's good. Contact wasn't developed by Suda. It was developed by Akira what's his name? The guy who did all the 3D renders in Super Mario RPG. He developed that game, and he also worked with Lovedale, who made Moon and Tulip and all that other stuff. But Contact's good. It's not your typical Grasshopper game. It's like a survival RPG, like a roguelike survival RPG, with some quirky characters and bright, colorful graphics, and it reminds me a bit of like Secret of Mana, is the best way I could describe it, with more roguelike elements. Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting it if you ever come across Contact. By the way, since I got you here, friendly reminder, this is for you, Euros. Bing! Leave that like. Get out of my face. 10 a.m. streams. I did it for you. The same people, by the way. The same people that always complain in the comments that Hikiko never streams at European times. They leave me little comments like, why? I can never catch these. They're not even here. Where are they? I planned this 3 days in advance. I thought they were going to make it this time. They didn't make it. What happened? then I'm going to get a comment like later on like, oh, sorry, Hikiko. Couldn't catch it at my time either. It actually had to be between like 3 and 4 a.m. CET is what you wanted to do. Oh, my bad. I know JR. JR's here. But I'm gonna guilt them just a little bit. It's my right. It's my American right to shame the Euros. It's in my blood. Okay, so we just unlocked a new upgrade. So we got the broad bumper. So, oh, I need 24 more apparently. I guess I didn't get them all in that run. That's okay. So let's go back out into the fray and slay some zombies. I know you guys are here. I'm just teasing. I dig Michigan Report from Hell. Funny how the new Grasshopper fans don't mention it. Same director as Contact, by the way. Very interesting portfolio of works. The director of Contact and Michigan. Michigan is like the wildest, most voyeuristic game I've ever played. And I think about it a lot. I think Michigan is by far one of the most interesting projects, and I think it has a place in the VR world. I think they could get even crazier with it if they made it into a full-on VR game, but I just don't know that they dump the resources into it. You guys got to understand that Grasshopper and the companies that you grew up with that made all the great, brilliant games that you played in your childhood, they kind of don't exist anymore, or they've splintered off into these independent developers, and they're running off of like no money. And so I think it's going to be a situation, I hate to be like I told you so kind of guy, but the people who go back and like look at all these brilliant masterpiece games that we had in our childhood, if they're not out there like supporting the devs now at their new endeavors, you probably aren't going to see too much of that. And people are going to be more fearful, I think, of taking these chances. So, as I always try and instill with my videos, if you like a game, if you even have a modicum of interest, if it looks something different than what everyone else is out there doing, the best thing you can do is buy it. Take a risk. I got into an argument with somebody a while back because we were talking about Death Stranding in my last stream. And I was a part of this shitty Facebook group. It was shitty. It had like the most wet-brained, dent-head commenters ever. But I was friends with one of the owners of this Facebook group. Like, he invited me in and, you know, I accepted. But, like, every day in my news feed when I had a Facebook, I don't have one anymore. But every day in my news feed, I get the most, like, dent-head takes about modern gaming. And I would just see in real time people just buying subscription passes and all this stuff, like season passes, and just forking over money, just constantly wasting money on the shittiest Assassin's Creed games. That was my line into the normie world, was this shitty little Facebook group. And as I said, my friend was running the place, but Death Stranding was like a nuke upon this Facebook group. It really polarized the base of the Facebook group. There's two camps: the pro Death Stranding, the antis, and the antis were the ones that were all the moderators and shit. And so anytime somebody would post something shitting on Death Stranding, that got to stay, and anyone who like expressed that they were enjoying the game got dogpiled and then banned from the fucking group. And I'm like passively watching this shit go down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this game causing so much controversy? And I really can't tell you what the root of it was, like what the source, the stream of the source of the shit stream that fell upon Death Stranding, but I had just seen like all this vitriol coming from this Facebook group, and I remember getting into a conversation like how somebody said like, oh, Death Stranding feels like an indie game and it's low budget and it needs this, that, and the other, and it's pathetic for a AAA game. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, this is a game from a new studio. Like, Kojima had to start over from scratch here and beg Sony for the money. And it's the first of its kind. You know, it's using the Decima engine, but he built everything from scratch. Of course, he's not going to put everything in the first time around. It's a brand new concept, and it's the first game in a series that's going to continue on. So, yeah, he's going to continually improve it. But I just brought up that, I don't know, I questioned that guy's perspective. I was like, I think you should cut him some slack. It's like, it's okay to voice your opinion and all this, but you can't say that like Kojima was trying to scam people. I think he was just trying to present his vision as purely with little interference as possible, and I think he met that end. I think if Sony had their way, they would have another Metal Gear, just straight up. And I also think the people that dismissed it the loudest didn't play it, because Death Stranding does have stealth. It does have like Metal Gear gadgetry. It has so much going for it that if you peel back the layers beyond the surface, you would see that this is like way more ambitious than your typical Metal Gear game, if you're willing to explore. But the kind of Facebook group I was in, they weren't that kind of person, in a manner of speaking. I think we're dead. I think we're dead, because the hospital got overtaken. Let's see if we can pick that back up. I didn't get enough survivors in time. That's okay. And then I've never seen the game over screen. But you get to turn into a zombie. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. That's new to me. Koji revolutionized the walking sim genre and people are seething. Yeah, it's just as detailed and mechanically tight as Metal Gear games. Yeah, I hate even calling it a walking sim, because, like, you do a lot more than walking. You can drive, you can build zip lines. There's there's now fast travel. There's, I don't know, there's, like, motorcycles. What are those cargo carrier things? You can ride those as well. To dismiss it as a walking sim tells me you haven't played it. That's all it says to me, is that you didn't give it a chance. And I'm not impressed by that. I want to say I'm not impressed by people that have strong opinions and don't play something. So as I said before, when it comes to Death Stranding, I want to see your Porter card. I want to see your stats before you levy this criticism. It was bad. Anyway, I think I got banned from that Facebook group because I was having not an argument, but I feel a reasonable discussion. I didn't call anyone any slurs. I promise you. I wanted to, but I didn't. But I was having just a civil discussion with somebody in that group, and the whole thing blew up. The whole group blew up over Death Stranding. I'd never seen anything like it. And it kind of made me depressed for a bit there. I'm just like, this is it? This is what's getting people pissed. But then again, like when Death Stranding came out, it was during the height of the pandemic, so everyone was stuck at home and bitching and moaning about everything. So tensions were very high at that period in time. That's all I can say. That's my rationale, is that people were extra testy back then. Hey, we got a survivor. That's good. I'm going to try for one more, because you don't want to just like make that trek back empty-handed. And once we get to 25%, that's my cutoff point. I got to go back to the hospital. This game can be really challenging in the later parts. You can watch my Let's Play on it. I barely beat the game by the skin of my teeth there. Because you got... Yeah, once you get the oh my god, it's time to start heading back. But I'm looking for the white dots. I don't see anybody. This is not good. Oh, wait! There's somebody over here. Perfect. Making a 3-point turn. Also a big problem in Zombie Virus. But it gets better when you get new vehicles. Oi, there we are. Okay, that should be enough to fill up our hospital's morale. It's so mechanically dense, I just don't see how people don't see the magic in Zombie Virus. Alright. Booyah. We're back in the game, baby. And we got a new bumper, too, so I've upgraded my vehicle. Alright, so we got 2 civilians, so our health should be back up. And we're going to equip the broad bumper. And then, we're going to go for the bare bones tires. So, when you play this game, you always want to check back in with the mechanic and start up a new upgrade. Is that the new bumper? Can't be. That can't be it. Does that look any different? Let's compare. Let me do a quick safety save and we'll compare. Swagmaster Keke says, I feel like most people that don't like Death Stranding didn't play it or only played a few hours and didn't fully engage with it. I feel the same way. It's a very, very rewarding gameplay loop. It starts off slow, baby steps, okay? This is what we call in typical game development progression, okay? Yeah, it's a slower progression, but it's a rewarding one. It's how games used to be. They didn't just give you everything all at once. Okay, so we're gonna go for the bare bones tires and keep going on with the survivors. It's off to a good start so far. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Rent Pursuer. It's about the journey, not the destination. But I would say Death Stranding has both. It has a good journey and a fantastic destination. I was very satisfied when I 100%ed the first one. No joke. I gave it my all. I fully committed to that game. and I felt rewarded, and I wanted more because after I beat the game, I went to my own Discord group and I chatted with people who were initially dismissive. Oh, we got 2 mechanics, sweet. Who were initially dismissive about it, and we talked about like, yeah, this was great, this could have used some work, I wish they had this, and we started talking about all of our game mechanic ideas, right? And I think that in itself is kind of interesting, because like, if it was just a perfect game, there's not a lot of room for discussion. But if there's some flaws with it, you're like, oh yeah, you know, that if they just do this and this and this, it'll be a little bit better. And since we had those discussions and Death Stranding 2 came out, there have been remarkable improvements since. And that's just how gaming be, you know? You want them to try another crack at it. You just don't want to, like, I don't know, dismiss it and all that shit. Alright, so we're gonna change out our parts on the ambulance here. And these are all the things. So now I got more mechanics, I can actually customize it. So we're gonna put on this broad bumper. It has these 2 big guillotines on it, or these 2 big razor sharp sides. It adds a little more weight to our ambulance, but it also ups the damage. So you can kind of see that this $20 video game, circa like 2003 or 4, has all these interesting mechanics that Crazy Taxi didn't have, you know? That's kind of wild if you think about it. I would love to see like a giant Simple Series compilation. Like if TomSoft or D3 came together and just like put as many of the Simple Series on a cartridge or a disc as possible, like the greatest hits. Just bring the Simple Series is still around. It's still in Japan right now on the Nintendo Switch. I showed it off in my Japan trip video, so it's still a living thing. But I would love to see it if they somehow compiled it. But look at that. That is a low riding bumper, by the way. That's almost clipping into the ground. That is a low bumper. All right, so let's go give it a test run. We need to find either a cop or a civilian to raise the morale because our hospital's in danger right now. And we can kill zombies and get those new tires. So if you look in the left part of the screen, it says in development. That's our tires. Oh, and there's new enemies that spawn on the field too. So the game progress. It's like Left 4 Dead. You find new infected. And it predates Left 4 Dead. Oh, perfect. We got a cop. So when we go back to the hospital, our morale should max out, or at least mostly recover. Okay, one more survivor. Hey, all the mechanics. Hell yeah. So when I get a new vehicle, like a new ambulance, I can start carrying more survivors and extending out my runs a bit. So the game really picks up speed. Good progression. Oh yeah, the Zombie Virus theme song, the Save Room song, MD Chaos, one of my favorites. I don't think they put that on KH Insider. KH Insider is where I get a lot of my music, like video game soundtracks. And they have like almost nothing representative of the Simple Series on KH Insider. So I'll have to rip it. I'll have to rip it and mix it and throw it up on there somehow. But remind me to do that, MD Chaos. I'll have to use an alias so I don't get sued by TomSoft, I think. I don't know who, maybe D3 owns this. If the rights go up in limbo or something like that for the Simple Series, maybe I'll buy it up and then recompile them or something. Yeah, it is like a nice, like, little trip-hoppy Yamaoka theme song. Yeah, it is very nice. Alright, let's see what the mechanic has to say. So we've got 4 mechanics. And the more mechanics you get, the bigger stuff you can develop. So each mechanic goes into the development system. So we got the rocket engine. Oh man, we got all sorts of shit. We got all sorts of shit. So right now we're still working on the tires, but we unlocked highway tires, protection bumper, home lights, and then a new body. We want the medium ambulance because I think we can carry 3 survivors at that. And I think what the lights do is they expand out the range from where you detect survivors on your radar. So if you're looking for survivors and you upgrade the lights, it opens that radar a little bit further, like 5 or 10 meters more. So anyway, our next objective here is to develop our new tires, and then my next objective after that is I'm going to go for the medium body ambulance. So, safety save here. Rent Pursuer says, it really sucks how AA middle market stuff is still such a shitty place. I legitimately wonder if Guillermo del Toro bought Slitterhead or not. He's such a big Toyama fanboy after all. I don't... Does Guillermo del Toro hate Toyama? What did Toyama do to del Toro? Del Toro, his body is in Death Stranding 2. His voice work isn't. Unless he's on the Spanish dub. I haven't tried the Spanish dub of Death Stranding. That'd be really funny if they actually got Guillermo to do the Spanish dub, but Del Toro's body makes a cameo in Death Stranding 2. He's a main character in 1, but it's funny to think about how Death Stranding only exists because of a canceled Silent Hill game. And it can be creepy, like Death Stranding has some horror concepts, and there are some callbacks to Silent Hill in there. But it's I don't know. Just thinking about the whole situation blows my mind. Like, how there's, like, a comedy of errors made it happen. And, really shitty working conditions, from Konami. All sorts... Like, Death Stranding, it's just remarkable. It's the little game that could. And, I think that also goes back into my point when I was making towards the guy. It's like, dude, why are you bitching and moaning about what Death Stranding isn't? Think about that it exists at all. Like, that in itself is quite miraculous. I think this is a politician. I think if you get enough politicians, you can find the mayor. And the mayor... will point you in the direction of the boss. But I am not ready for any boss fights at the moment. We're going to start heading back to the hospital because I'm getting a little worried. If I find survivors, I find survivors. I got to try and hit as many zombies as possible because we're still developing those tires. You can farm zombies too. There are spawn points where they show up more on average than normal. Okay, so I'm gonna creep around the hospital. We'll do a lap around, see if I can find anyone. This area over here, there's usually a survivor or two that spawn in this. This is almost like a guaranteed survivor spot. So we got a cop that is perfect. I'm narrating this like I'm speedrunning this bitch, but every game of a zombie virus is a speedrunner kind of situation. Alright, here we go, here we go. Boop. So we got a cop, and I think we got a politician. Oh, somebody uploaded the save room to YouTube. Alexter, I'm going to download that. That will appear in a future video, I guarantee it. Let's see what the cops are saying. I can't get a connection with the officers. What's going on? I don't see any politicians just yet. Which means we're not close to the boss fight. Let's see if we've unlocked the tires yet. Not just yet. We need 11 more zombies. So we'll get those 11 zombies and we'll get new tires. And then we're going to set our sights on... maybe I'll try the lights because the lights will guide me towards more survivors, and then we'll do the ambulance. Alexter, thanks. I'll check that out. Yeah, back when I made this video, there was like next to no footage of this game at all, especially like the later levels. That's what I liked about making the Simple series back then was it was like unwrapping a present. The stuff that was out there was like maybe 240p or just really, really like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game. So you couldn't really get into the minutia of stuff. But I believe my video might have been the first zombie virus review ever? I don't know. Back when I started making YouTube, a policy of mine was I always wanted to find the games that weren't talked about. I didn't want to like tread the same ground. I wanted to contribute something new. And I think the Simple series for a period in time was that for me. Was just like new territory, but I think they've been discovered now. But not all of them have been covered. I've looked around, I've poked around. I have a couple that I'm saving for a rainy day situation. And we'll discuss them in a future video. I got a few of them that I think are really good and worth talking about. But I gotta be careful. On YouTube, like, whenever I discuss something, I don't know if it's serendipity or plagiarism or whatever, but the world's listening. We'll put it that way. The world's listening, and if I start talking about stuff, it ends up materializing. There are a lot of people thirsty for content, we'll say. Because there's I don't know. I want to say there are content creators out there that just have no shame whatsoever. I've encountered a lot of those types. So we'll wait. We'll wait a little bit longer. MD Chaos, I will be continuing the Simple series, but I just have other things on my plate at the moment. When I write out videos and I do stuff, I kind of have like a priority list, and some of them take more time than others. Some I can, you know, put out pretty quickly, and others are like, I've got this amount of time to work, you know. But it's just how it goes. I'm not complaining, just how the process goes. All right, we're gonna try the home lights here. We need 80 zombies, and then the next thing we're gonna go for is the medium ambulance here. Do the Simple series narrator voice, Gabriel. The Simple series, volume 95. Zombie versus QQ Sha. The zombie virus. I'm not sure what I said, because like when I made the Simple series videos way back in the day, I was the intros to the Simple series were inspired by WarioWare Smooth Moves on the Nintendo Wii. That's essentially what that is the narrator from WarioWare Smooth Moves. And that was, I don't know, the idea I had at the time. It's not entirely original there. I said the thing. Okay, we got to kill 80 zombies. And we got new tires. Oh, we didn't put on the new tires yet. Shit. That's okay. We got a survivor right outside the hospital. That is perfect. Hopefully it's a cop. Hopefully. It's a politician. And he ran away. What the hell? Just like a politician, right? When you need him the most, they run away. Oh, is he back? We got a politician right here. Perfect. And then we've got another survivor right around the corner. I need all the help I can get at this moment. Woo! We are cutting it so close. Razor thin. Oh, mechanic. Please give me some morale. Ooh. We're cutting it so close, folks. And I don't have the best tires, so turning is real bad. Turning is really, really bad. Dunk 'em. Get that kill ratio up, son. I gotta get that morale ratio up real quick. So we got a politician over here. What's he saying? Please look for 2 more politicians. Yeah, they give you the boss key when you get them. Hopefully they raise the morale too. We're gonna do a second save slot just in case, because I don't want to get in a soft lock situation. Alright, let's get it. 50 people in here? Oh my god.
Oh my god!
We're gonna do it again to him. We gotta do it again to him. I see 34 likes. Get those numbers up. Get them up. Come on. Our bumper's not working. Leave that like. We're killing zombies. We're upgrading our ambulance. We're saving survivors. Hopefully our morale is up. That's the main thing. We gotta find a cop. We gotta find a soldier. A soldier would be nice. Oh no. The politicians only decreased morale. Who would have thought? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. This ain't good. We got like 10% morale left. I think we're in for another game over. Please, I need a soldier. I need something. Nothing. Oh, damn it. No. This is bad. This is real bad. We're gonna have to do the lap of shame. Please, give me something. Give me a soldier, give me a cop. Give me something. I see nothing. No. Oh, we got somebody. But we're not gonna. We didn't make it in time. Oh no.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll continue on. Hopefully it'll restore my morale a little bit. Hey, what's up, James? Hey, Nove's in here. Nove 5062. Somebody. Nove here was complaining that I didn't stream at European friendly hours, and here we are. Promises made, promises kept. I did it for all the little snarky comments saying that I don't stream at European friendly hours. Well, here we are. Glad to see you. Thank you for joining. So, have you tried Keita Takahashi's 2A2T? Yes, I have. I can't comment on it at the moment. But yes, I got the privilege of checking it out. I'm not finished with the game because Death Stranding took priority in my life. Over everything, by the way. Not just the channel, but everything in my life Death Stranding has encompassed. It's phenomenal. I really can't say... I can't recommend it enough. Like, if you are on the fence about getting it, it's, I think, the best PS5 exclusive right now. Maybe like Silent Hill 2, but that's on PC. But I would say in terms of like only on PS5, I'd say Death Stranding 2 is my favorite exclusive. James, this game is phenomenal. So we got a new civilian, which means our morale's gone up. We got another mechanic, which means more stuff's in development. We got to make sure that we're developing our new lights. You can see our base of operations is growing. If there's any indie developers in chat right now, I want you to steal the entire framework for Zombie Virus and make a game based around it. Just call it something else. Call it Zombie Pandemic. Call it Ambulance Outbreak or something. I don't care. Steal this idea and just make an expanded version of Zombie Virus. Just keep the Suikoden elements. Keep the crazy taxi and the sense of progression. Do it. You don't even have to put guns in. I don't care. I love this game so much. Just make an entire... just rip the entire game code, rip the ISO, and then just put a fresh coat of paint over it or something like that. Just change up a few graphics. A Crazy Taxi meets Dead Rising? Yeah, something like that. We got a survivor right here. Perfect, perfect. But it also has like upgrading. There's an upgrade system. There's a Suikoden-like aspect where you get new survivors at your base. I think there's a mutiny mechanic. All sorts of stuff. It's very dense. We got 2 survivors. I have to get my morale up, and what you want to do, though, is find soldiers. And that's what my problem is. The soldiers actually keep you on the field longer. So you can go out exploring and find more survivors. Each survivor, if you're just joining us, each survivor contributes something to the hospital or the progression in general. So the male survivors, female survivors, they just basically increase the time limit for the game, and they keep you in the game. Mechanics, they develop new parts for your ambulance, and they help you, like you can like deck out various different vehicles, like you unlock new vehicles. Soldiers increase the time limit in general, so you can have more time. Police dramatically fill back up your health or your time. Politicians unlock the bosses. There are in different parts of the city. So right now we're just at the very beginning of the game. And all the different parts of your ambulance also contribute different things. So like I'm upgrading the lights right now, and the lights will help me find survivors quicker. So I'm really aiming for cops, and I'm going to be more picky. So if I see a soldier, damn, I need morale. Mechanics do not provide morale, so anything that's morale boosting right now is what I'm after. So I'm going to skip that mechanic, even though they're really cool to have, because they start developing better things. So whenever you see help, help, it means that my morale in the hospital is running thin. Ooh. Oh, and also every survivor you pick up is infected. So if I don't hurry back to the hospital, they'll start to try and eat me alive and cause a game over. So I don't really have a choice at this moment, so I got to pick up the mechanic and head back to the hospital. Yeah, you gain more morale when you get 5 kill streaks? I did not know that. Let's try it out. If that's the case, that's wonderful. That would actually, help things out quite a bit. Now, do I get morale when I return to the hospital with the kill streaks? Oh, shit. The lady is about to turn into a zombie. I gotta go. The only way you can get an infected survivor or infected passenger out of your ambulance is by crashing into a wall, like Resident Evil 2, and ejecting the zombie outwards. They really thought of everything here. That's okay. Every little bit counts towards our overall goal. You got a boost when you got a 5 kill streak? Okay, I didn't notice that. That's really gonna change up how I play. We'll experiment a bit more. You get the morale boost immediately. Well, that's good. That's real good. That's gonna make this game a lot easier in so many different ways. But we gotta get the zombies first. Oh, we got a survivor. Hopefully it's a soldier. We really, really need one. And it's a regular civ. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick lap. Usually there's 2 that spawn here, but looks like that's not the case this time. Shit. Get that kill streak. Here we go. Okay. I'm just going to focus on zombies for the minute. Just to mess around, and hopefully we'll... like, there are little pockets of zombies that spawn in particular areas more so than others. But as I said, I can't stay on the field for too long. I can't stay on the field for too long, otherwise... Damn. Oh, please keep that kill streak up. Alright, alright. Now our survivor, he's about to zomb out, so I gotta get out of here. Alright, we gotta make it back to the hospital because we're about to have a zombie on our hands. And then we got the heartbeat too. Really pressuring us to get back there. You also get like turbo boosts and stuff later in the game, which is kind of cool. Oh, we got a zombie on our roof. Oh, this is cutting it close. This is a simple 2000 game, right? That's right. And we've almost developed the new tires. We'll do a safety save here. We're going to do it in slot 1. But yeah, it's kind of proto Dead Rising. Dead Rising has a similar progression, I would say. Only you're not just trapped in the vehicle, but my buddy Mark and I, when Dead Rising 1 came out, his parents had gotten like a crazy big plasma TV, and plasma TVs are amazing. Like the black levels on it, great. So we went over to his house and we played it on his big TV, and we were going for the Willamette genocide or whatever, wherever you basically take out the entire population of Willamette. So I think we spent an entire evening essentially going through the tunnels in Dead Rising and just mowing down thousands and thousands of zombies. I think we spent 4 or 5 hours just doing that. So, zombie virus reminds me of better times like that. Mark, if you're still in chat, do you remember that? Do you remember doing that? I think we might have caused a little bit of screen burn-in on his parents' television because plasma TVs, if you didn't know, they don't do well with what they call lower thirds or what they call persistent graphics. So say you're watching the news or whatever and they have the little logo, that's what they call lower thirds. If you're watching it on a plasma television, it will burn in over a period of time. So I just thought to myself, I'm like, man, I wonder if Mark's parents were watching something on the TV and they saw like Frank West health bar or something up on the top right or something like that and wondered what it was all about. But yeah, I had a plasma television. So I bought a plasma television on the Facebook Marketplace like 10 years ago or something like that. And it was heavy. It was like a Panasonic plasma television, and that fucker weighed almost 200 pounds. It was really, really heavy. And the screen on it was actual glass. And the previous owner before me played like GTA 5 on it. So the little mini map from GTA 5 was burnt into it. And so anytime the screen would go dark, like in a scene, I'd see the little, what they call the ghost image or the screen burn-in of GTA 5. And you can remove it. There's ways to remove it, but it's very hard and time-consuming. And plasma televisions, they get real hot. They draw so much more power than LCDs and LEDs displays. So if you like something that has like, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend a plasma television. I'd recommend like an OLED. Or if you really want to go retro, get a CRT. But plasmas are like one of the most energy inefficient televisions you can buy. Yeah, plasma was like proto OLED for sure. But the guy only sold it to me for like $50, so I couldn't complain. Hey, we got a cop. That's perfect. They're a major boost to morale. So we're going to do some zombie grinding here. We need to develop new tires. Oh, here we go. We got to get that 5 kill. Oh, that window is so small, but I'm actually going to drop off the cop because I need the morale. We're in a bad spot. Ooh. Oh, nice, 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 nice. We got a little morale bump off of that. But as I said, the turning is atrocious, so the combo meter drains rather quickly. Please, please, please. We're gonna make a loop. Oh shit, we're so far away. And turn in, turn in, turn in. Perfect. Okay, we're so close to getting those new lights. Rent Pursuer says the games were released individually in the US and Europe on the eShop. Oh, the 3DS Simple Series games, yeah. There's another thing that's similar to the Simple Series. There was like a tiny little competitor to the Simple Series that nobody talks about. Nobody has brought this up. I'd like to do a little miniature video on that. Gun Plus Skate says Rex Viper just dropped another music video. Can't wait. Oh boy. Piv Bliss. I don't know how to say your name. I'm just gonna call you Piv Bliss. My old plasma TV had health bars burned into the top because I played so many fighting games back in the day. Yeah. I know some fighting game purists play on CRTs because of the zero input lag. But I don't know. I have fighting game friends that are very into the hobby, so they're always on the cutting edge of fighting game tech. The best sticks, the best displays, all the new balancing things that happen, the drama within the fighting game scenes. The only thing that really reaches my radar about fighting games is like all the weird drama, like who's sleeping with who, all the drunk scandals and murders and other shit like that. That's what reaches me. Oh, dude, it's really boosting the morale here, and we got the new tires or the new lights. We got the new lights. I need new tires though too. Yeah, going for the zombies. That's what it's about. Dude, I should have been doing this the whole time. Okay. Just a little more zombie grind here. Because it is really helping things out. Oh, no, no, no! My survivor! She's turning into a zombie! Shit, I forgot about that. Always be paying attention to your gauge. I think she's gonna turn. It's gonna be close. Gonna be so, so close. Woo! We did it! That was so close. She almost turned, which means I would have had to have crashed into a wall to launch her out. And we got a new part. Let's get it. What did we... Oh, we went for the tires this time. Okay. So the tires just increase our damage, but it lowers our speed? That sucks. I'm already slow enough as it is. I'm not going to equip those. No. Because we're early in the game, so we're not fighting any of the bosses yet. Fuck that. No, fuck that. I'm not getting those tires. They suck. So let's go for the lights here. We'll go for... Did we already get the home lights? We'll go for the industrial lights. Did we already get the home lights? No way. We got the home lights. There we go. So the home lights increase our weight and our search range. The search range is super important. Well, we'll do that. I wonder if I can cancel this dev over here, because our engine sucks. Yes, let's cancel these. We gotta... Maybe highway tires? Yeah, let's get a rocket engine. Let's go for the rocket engine, because we're already slow enough as it is. We can deal with that. MD Chaos says, I know Bandai did some simple series games like the ones for the Gundam and shit. Yeah, that's all. I think what they did is they handed it over to D3 so they could publish them in other regions. Sometimes they did that. Alright, this is gonna get wild now. Rent Pursuer, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Alright, so you see those new lights on our ambulance? That's gonna improve how this run goes from here on out. We're gonna check the petitions, by the way, the next bit here. Okay, so we got somebody right out of the gate. Another civ. I need to get somebody, we need a soldier. But the search range is so much wider. I can see that it sort of zoomed out the map. Unless I'm crazy. It looks like it zoomed out the map just a little bit. Oh, we got a pile of zombies over here. Yeah, keeping that combo going. I'm not seeing anything, and our guy is turning into a zombie too, so we gotta start heading back. Oh yeah, that morale went up so much more once you get the 10 kill streak. So this is the zombie virus. It's also known as the zombie versus QQ Sha. It is, I'm not sure which number of this, it's part of the Simple 2000 series, which was released exclusively in Japan and in Europe. Sadly, this didn't come to North America by traditional means. We had to pirate it. That's okay, we got Parasite Eve. I was discussing that with somebody. Alright, so we staved off a little bit of that zombie virus. I don't want another civilian. I want a soldier. Please let there be a soldier here. It's just civilians. We've got a little more time to get some zombies killed, so let's try and do that so we can develop our new engine. Alright, we got the little notey. Volume 95. Thank you, Jay Ryan. Okay, so our morale should be back. My next objective is I'm just going to go straight out into the fray and kill as many zombies as possible. I'm not going to leave the map until I've reached the rocket engine, okay? So I'm just going to keep doing laps, killing zombies until I get rocket engine. We're just going to go crazy on this one, okay? So, find some good grinding spots. I wish I had the turbo booster, but I haven't unlocked that yet. Please, I haven't seen a single zombie. What is going on? Here we go. Here we go. Where do they like to congregate? Dude, that just one zombie? Get out of my face. Where are they? This is bad. This is real bad. Here they are. All right. Back in the game, baby. But there are these long stretches without anything. There's a whole bunch of them. There they are. Perfect. Now, the reason why I'm not picking up any survivors at the moment is because once you pick up a survivor, there's also a separate timer that starts because they're infected. So we can wait until we get our upgrade done. Perfect, perfect. I think I found Zombie Alley. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Gotta shout that out. Miss Fu says, What the heck, HU dudes, or what the heck, EU dudes assemble. That's right. Miss Fu, I told you that I would be streaming at a European friendly time, and here we are. And you came for the best stream. I would say the best game out of the European exclusives ever made. The best European exclusive, Zombie Virus. I think it was Larry Bundy that had a... He used to contribute to Screw Attack Europe. He had a series called Games That Yanks Can't Wank. I don't know if he ever mentioned this one, but I learned about a lot of European PAL exclusive games from his channel way back in the day. Like Another Code R. That was one that I was always salty about. That so allegedly, they're in the works of a Hotel Dusk remake. I've heard that they've renewed the copyright for that. And Arc System Works, who are now in charge of developing the Another Code and Hotel Dusk series, Sings games, basically. Oh, we got a 20 kill there. Perfect. We're going to head back now. They're allegedly in cooking up something. They got a game for the Switch 2 that's exclusive. I forgot what the name of it was, but there's Sing, or at least Tasuke Kanasaki, who did all the artwork for Trace Memory and Hotel Dusk and stuff. He's got a game that it's like a visual novel that's exclusive for the Switch 2, which I don't know why it's a Switch 2 exclusive. Seems like it's a bad business decision because the Switch 1 has like a much broader fan base, and it doesn't look like it's too intensive in terms of graphics, but there is a new game in that series coming out. I'm not sure if it's directly connected or spiritually connected, but it's happening. And eventually, when I get a Switch 2, probably after the OLED, I'll talk about it. Or if a buddy of mine will let me borrow their Switch 2, I'll do it that way. Oh no! I scared off the politician. He's back, he's back. Larry's accent is peak. He kinda sounds like, Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous. What is that, Robin Leach? That's what he reminds me of, like Robin Leach. That's a boomer reference for you. I watched the various Another Code R trailers, and they're pretty cool. Rent Pursuer, I've got 2 retrospectives on my channel. I've got the Recollection review, and then I also have Trace Memory and Another Code R up on the channel. So we got our 2 politicians there. If we find the third one, it unlocks the boss, but I don't want to unlock the boss just yet. We'll save that for the end of the stream, because we just got the rocket engine. And I think what we're going to do is we'll work on some better tires. Well, yeah, we'll do the highway tires. Maybe that'll help with our turning. And then the next thing we'll do is the ambulance M, so we can get 3 survivors at once. And then the game just really streamlines after that. So, right now we have the normal engine. The rocket engine gives you another speed, and it adds to the weight. We've got a very heavy Wario / Bowser, if you want a Mario Kart reference. Yeah. Our speed would go down if we got that tire. Oh yeah, perfect. We'll do a safety save real quick, and then I'll read a little chat, and then we'll get back into the fray. Miss Fu says, I always found it strange us Euro peeps got simple 2000 physicals with different strange names, or even stuff like Michigan being a European release, but the U.S. as far as the U.S. did not get Michigan. We did not get the Simple Series games. We got Earth Defense Force and Oni Chambara. Those were the only two. We got some others. We got like fishing, bass fishing. We got card games, Dungeon Hunter. We've got a few Simple Series games. We got probably 5% of the Simple Series games that the Europeans got. And they were also under different names. I'd kind of talk about the weird naming conventions in the Simple Series videos. But yeah, some Simple Series games have 3 different names. Chase Cold Case on 3DS is another Tosuke game. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Chase Cold Case. I don't think that was the best of the best. Alright, I'm not going to get this Survivor because they would put a time limit on me here. So now I've got the rocket engine, which allows me to keep my combos going, string them together a little bit better without too many gaps. I also have a boost that I can use to get back to the hospital if I need to, but I don't think I can restore those boosts until I go back to the hospital. So we are gonna go zombie hunting, and same as it was before. Who's this? If it's a soldier, I'm gonna take him. Nope, just a regular survivor. We don't have time for that. We almost don't have time for anything if we don't find any zombies. I always try the outer perimeter, but some of the time... Okay, here we go. Big group. Please, please, please. We need a zombie, please. Oh, and they just spawned. They're spawning, but my car's faster than their spawn rate. Perfect. Okay, we're still in the game, baby. All right, we're out of the hole. Okay. What you really want is the 15. That's like a super big boost. Woo! Or is it the 20? I got the boost! I got the boost! Okay, yeah, I had to use the boost on that one. I needed the morale more than anything. Now I'm on the shit end of town here. If we can get back to the midway point, I'd feel better. And we're also developing the new tires. I believe they're the highway tires. I need to find a survivor and groups of zombies. Perfect, perfect. Even every little stray zombie you encounter is a big help. Alright, we're heading back to the general vicinity of the hospital. My ambulance is getting more wacky with every little attachment to it. It's super heavy right now. Alright, cutting through the middle of town. There's some zombies. Oh, perfect, perfect. The worst part is, like, doing a 3-point turn in here is a combo killer. You get the initial D anime lines, though, whenever you go super fast. I don't know what you call those anime lines. I just call them anime lines. This ain't good. We're running out of time. We got a couple survivors, though. And we're right next to the hospital. We're just gonna have to deliver that dunk. I'm gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. First of all, let's get these zombies cleared out. I think the tires, what they guarantee is a cleaner kill. Because sometimes you can just stun a zombie and not actually count. But I got 2 survivors, so that should get our morale going. Ooh, we're cutting it close, though. And I used both boosts. And I can't make a 3-point turn to save my life. Just like in real life, I'm kind of shitty at 3-point turns. Speed lines. I call them anime lines. You mean like the red light trails? Yeah. Like in Akira. We got 2 civvies. We're almost there at the upgrade too. Once we get the new tires, we're going to go for the new body. Once we get the new body, we'll go for the boss fight. That's our progression at the moment. The only zombie virus stream with meaningful commentary you'll ever encounter. Look how ridiculous this is, though. And once you buy the new vehicles, they like go here. So like these are all the total vehicles you can get. There's 5 different body types. He doesn't seem to have energy to talk. She's new. I was driving when a zombie suddenly grabbed onto the car. Finally fell off after I drove like crazy for a while. Alright, see ya. Everyone, make sure you bring your snacks, bring your beverage of choice to the cool stream. I got a coffee right now. We're in coffee hours where I'm from. Okay, our goal here is to finish development of our tires. God, it's just a regular civilian. I haven't seen a soldier in a long time. The reason why these runs are always cutting it so close is because I don't have a soldier to build up the bar. See, that's just a mechanic. Yeah, you really, really need those soldiers. It's best to get them early on, too. Otherwise, your run can get really screwed up. Which mine is... We're hanging in there. It's not the best run. We need more zombies, though. We got nothing. Oh, here we go. This is a good arena here. Because the way they spawn is like, you don't have to rely so much on the 3-point turns. You can keep going in circles for a little bit. And we just unlocked the tires. So I need to find a civilian ASAP. And I think there was one semi-close. Okay, get the zombies. Get the zombies. Alright, we're still in the game. It ain't over. I don't want to stray too far. Alright, we're out of the danger-ish zone. I'm not seeing any dots on my radar. This is bad news. And we got a zombie on our ambulance. Oh, there's somebody. Perfect. And it's a politician, which will unlock the boss fight. I don't want to do the boss fight. I really don't want to do it right now because this is a terrible, terrible spot to be in. I should have not picked that asshole up, but we'll do the best we can. Oh, God. We gotta cut through here. Use the boost. Ooh. We're cutting it way, way, way too close on that one. Hikiko, did you try the Hotel Barcelona demo? The game runs like shit on my PC. Completely lost my appetite. Not sure what I expected. I played it on the Steam Deck, and it ran okay on the Steam Deck. I'm going to reserve my... Oh, he's going to tell me about the boss fight, isn't he? Terrible. I have some bad news. We've suddenly lost all signal of the survivors in Central Town. Looks like there's no more survivors in this area. Oh no. But with the keys to the three of us have, we'll be able to open the gates to the east. I think I might have fucked up this run. We'll find out very soon. Please rescue the politicians and other survivors. Oh boy. Yes, sir. We have the best protagonist. I'll go and rescue them right away. Okay, well, I guess we'll check out the eastern part of town. I did not want to do this yet, because I have, like, no morale. So we'll have to grind some zombies. Thankfully, we can start developing the new ambulance. Yeah, I'll reserve my judgments of Hotel Barcelona till I play the final game. So, we'll see. The damage power goes down, but the speed goes up. That's fine. We'll do a safety save, and then we gotta go to the eastern part of town now. The game really gets harder from here. It's already pretty difficult because of the way I've got no soldiers, so... I think I unlocked one soldier, so I'm like running... This is like super, super hard mode zombie virus. Gabriel, the reason why I think Hotel Barcelona only has a Steam demo is because I think they're still playtesting it, and it's a lot easier to pull back a Steam demo than it is a PlayStation or Nintendo and blah 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 blah. So I think they're still fine-tuning it. That's my best guess. Oh no, they're gonna make us fight the we can't do this. There better be zombies around. I have no morale. Looks like the morale isn't draining. So that's good. Yeah, the morale isn't moving. That is perfect, because there would be no way I could fight this boss. Alright, we gotta figure out where the boss is. The bosses are a real joke in this. Here we go. What the hell is that? Alright, so we've got a graboid from Tremors. That's the first boss. Don't laugh when you see it. Here's how you win. And I think it can come from the sides too. Okay, I can't attack it from the side there, and it's got a shockwave damage. I don't even know how I used to do this when I made the video, but I somehow beat them. Okay, that's it right there. Just, you gotta run into their head. That's all. And my ambulance has, like, no durability. This is great. And then do 3-point turns. They can be killer. Maybe I should have equipped the higher damage outputting tires. I sure hope my morale returns after this, because that would suck. There he is. I think he's causing me damage every time he does that. So there's a small window I have to hit him. Use the boost. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of health before... You can see my ambulance right now. It's got all the battle damage on it. No health pickups, folks. There he is. So I gotta wait till he does that animation. So we'll wait for his animation cycle, then we'll go in and attack him. I don't think he can hit us from the middle here. Oh, he can. Damn. Yeah, he's getting all the damage. Damn it. I'm gonna have to rebuild this ambulance, because I think we're gonna lose this one. And because I'm so damaged, it's affected my acceleration. The music's pretty lit, though. Alright, I'm gonna wait for him to retract, and when he comes back out... Oh, he came back out on this side. Look how slow we're going. Yeah, I should just let him kill me. We're gonna do that. Fuck the politicians. Alright, we're gonna rebuild our ambulance, because I was not prepared for this fight. It is spooky. I did not want to fight just yet, but it was my fault. I picked up the politician. Okay, so let's the rocket engine we'll keep. Bare bones tires increases our damage output to the max. Broad bumper, weight and damage power. I almost want to do normal lights because it reduces our weight just a little bit, so that'll help with turning. Okay, we'll give it another try. His hitboxes were shoddy at best. Okay, the main thing here is not to damage my vehicle on the way there. The turning's slightly better. He ain't that way. Hey, my morale is back as well. That's nice. I actually have a chance at winning now. Just gotta turn around, that's all. Now is on the left? This is the arena. Here we go. Alright, boss time. Yeah, he just took a little... He gave me damage, but didn't take any. Which is weird. There he is. So you gotta wait for his attack animation. And then attack him, I guess. So maybe I'll just camp near the middle. So you gotta bait him out. Damn, he can go really far. Okay, that's new. I have a plan, though. The radar is a little worse, so you gotta bait him out and then go to another turn, like duck and cover. So here's what we're gonna do. Whoop! Okay, so he can go that full... Does he just go the entire way like that? Cannot... That can't be it. It's like whack-a-mole here. Do I attack him from the side? Oh, okay, you can attack him from the side. This is easy. Wow, okay. Well, I found his weak point. Okay. If that's how it's gotta be. That is ridiculous. So you bait him out. You go this way. This is real Souls-like strategy on display. Oh, I was hoping to two-cycle him. I two-cycled him! We did it. Is it dead? Yeah, that is an impressively large model for the PS2. You fight different iterations of the same boss, like, throughout the game. I'm not going to spoil the plot in case you care, but... it's very relevant to the plot later on, what this thing is. Okay, we're going to do a little bit... Yeah, we got, I would say, about another 20 minutes or so on the stream. I'm going to go check out the eastern part of town, and we're going to unlock a new car. So a new ambulance model here. And then we'll just see what happens. So we're going to pursue the medium one. I thought you had to attack him head on, but it was from the side. Yeah, I beat this before. I've got a whole playthrough of the game, and I said this was like maybe 9 years ago or something up on YouTube. So if you type in Zombie Virus, Let's Play No Commentary, you'll find my entire run of this game. if you want to see what the later parts have in store. But I'm a bit rusty. I haven't played it since. Yeah, zombie virus gameplay in 2025. What a real treat. Nobody else streams this game, okay? Only on HM are we doing this groundbreaking shit. All right. So we got to go to the East Gate. And we're developing a new car at the same time. Is there a Chinatown? No, I think there's just like a woods area. There's a harbor area and industrial part. And then the hospital's at the center of Sunshine City. This is where we're at. So I think survivors can't appear. They say they can't appear in this part of town, so we have to venture further out. We're going super fast now, so that's a plus. Ooh! Got trapped there. So I'm deliberately running over these zombies to develop a new vehicle. One that can hold more survivors at a time. And the game, believe it or not, gets progressively easier. But my ambulance is a little weak because I didn't equip the bare bones tires, which have higher damage output. And I think the zombies have gotten a little stronger as the virus has progressed. Which means I'm boned. We've established that, yeah, I'm not even killing a single zombie. They've gotten so much stronger. Ooh, we gotta go for it. I'm getting like one zombie at a time. This is pathetic. I think what I'm gonna have to do is go back and then put on the bare bones tires, because the damage output is very pathetic at the moment. I can't get a fight. This is bad. Yeah, we're gonna have to lose this one. It's okay. It's really interesting, like how they increase the difficulty dynamically as you get to the later parts of the game. So they're not just gonna hand over an easy win. Yeah, it's Crazy Taxi with zombies. Hey, Kenny's in here. What's up? You're the best person at this game on Earth right now. Wow. You really think so? I don't think anyone, you know, it's one of those things like where you log into like an old PS3 game and you just instantly climb to the top of the leaderboards because everyone else has forgotten about it. Okay, we're maxed out now. Vane6 says, honestly, they should have copied Twisted Metal. A zombie-style Twisted Metal would be cool. They do. They have a game called Blood Drive. If you go watch my PlayStation 3 retrospective video, I talk about Blood Drive. So there is exactly what you described. I don't really like Blood Drive all that much. I think it's okay. Not the best game, not the worst game, just in the middle. It reminds me a bit more of Vigilante 8. That's some good old white trash kid core. Okay, so here we go. Oh, see, look how easier that is ever since I put on those tires. Yeah, I'm sticking with these tires. Zombie killing is essential to survival. You can see my morale's jumping up. We're developing new technologies through our zombie killing strategies here. That's okay. I want to get the new vehicle before I head into the other parts of town. I forget what the lady says, like, once you hit 30, but she says something wild. And you get all these hearts. Excellent. That's 20. Oh, come on. Oh, she doesn't say anything at 30. Maybe it's at 50? I'm grinding up my health. I'm unlocking a new vehicle as well. So I'm going to do this while I'm still on this side of town. Because the further you venture out, the longer it takes to get back to the hospital, which makes the game significantly harder until you start getting more soldiers. I had one run where I had something like 30 or 40 soldiers, so I could stay out on the field a lot longer. But that's not the case here. I've unlocked one soldier. So to put that into perspective, I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 minutes on the field, max. Until I get more zombie kills, that is. It ain't great. We're going to use the boost. Keep the combos going. Alright, our morale is good enough, I think. We should be able to get through the east gate now. Oh, almost at max, too. I believe this is the east gate. Yep, okay. We're entering a new part of town. Once I get survivors, no matter what, I'm going to head back to the hospital. Hopefully I find some soldiers along the way. There are also new special infected on this side of town. See these strong guys? Yeah, these big dudes over here. We got a mechanic. Yeah, these like really giant zombies start showing up now too. They're easier to hit, I'll say that. We got a cop, that's pretty good. They enhance your morale quite a bit. We're getting close to unlocking the new ambulance. That's another one. The new ambulance will allow us to go out and grab 3 survivors at a time. One thing I will say is remember your exits, because this game is really weird about the arrow. The arrow isn't entirely accurate to the exit for the stage. And we got a zombie on our roof there. Ooh, we're in bad shape. We're in bad shape because our ambulance is damaged, and we've got 2 survivors that are infected. This is the max speed I can go because I'm damaged. So I've got to make it all the way back to the hospital before the survivors turn into zombies or the morale goes down. This is a bad spot to be. You can find an ambulance repair kit, but they are extremely rare. I'm out of boosts too, so... We're gonna keep the spirit alive. The next turn, we're gonna cut it so close. So agonizingly slow, my god. But that just adds tension to it. And both of the passengers are almost zombied. This is it. We are gonna be right there. Please, right there. Right there. We did it. Our mechanic was about to turn into a zombie, which would have destroyed the ambulance, like, instantly, because we had no health. That was a close run. We gotta do a safety save because I want to go for that ambulance, and once we get the upgrade on that, our lives should be slightly more easy. Not entirely. This is a true gamer stream. Sure, you could call it that. We're a dying breed, us zombie virus players. Miss Fu88 says, I remember I had to play Carmageddon in secret. My parents did not like me driving over people with guts everywhere. Wasn't Carmageddon banned or something? Wasn't it abandonware? Or am I thinking of Thrill Kill? I think I remember Carmageddon's the guy like with the really evil face, and you see his face in the rear view. The sadistic one. I don't think I've ever played Carmageddon, but I know of it. It's got an infamous reputation. Alright, so we're headed back to the eastern part of town where the Mega Hulk zombies are. Oh, actually... Okay, we'll go in, we'll grab one survivor, and then head back to the hospital because we just got the upgrade for the ambulance. Okay, I'm gonna try and grab a soldier and maybe a police officer. We're gonna leave the politicians alone for now. We don't want to end up in another boss fight situation this early on, especially since we don't have the new body type. We got a regular survivor. We'll take him. Oh, it's a female one. We got the heart. And we're zooming through. I see a white dot. We got two choices here. We've got a regular survivor. Nope. Ain't got time for that. We got a soldier. Oh, thank God for the soldier. The soldier increases our morale bar to a significant enough amount to where it makes the game more enjoyable. I recommend getting at least 10 soldiers before pursuing the later parts of the game. I had something like 30 for one run, and I could just stay out on the field for a very long time, but I've got 2 boosts, so this is smooth sailing. We're going to get a new ambulance, and the game's going to be a tad bit easier, too. Alan Smithy, you're at work, can't watch, say, I just wanted to say stop killing games. That's right, you're doing 10 presentations at 5 colleges? What do you do, Alan? I don't want to dox you or anything, but you're doing 10 presentations at 5 colleges? Are you a public speaker of some kind? That's crazy. Well, keep up the good work. And yeah, Stop Killing Games, it's going to hit it. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. So go back and watch the archive. But we did... I did a small segment on Stop Killing Games. We're going to check in on it at the end of the stream, too. But I think we're in good shape. Except one of my survivors that I have in my ambulance is about to turn into a zombie. But I think we're going to just make it. I don't know if this is sexist, but the female survivors have the least amount of time before they turn infected. So if you pick one up, I think they only have about a minute and a half before they turn into a zombie. And the soldiers have the longest amount of time. But we saved her. Our weapons are strong, but it takes a little while to reload them. So let's check our stats real quick. See what we got. We've rescued 46. Our morale is 140. Our research is 3. Nobody's been zombified. It doesn't really tell us how many we have. That's sad. Let's see if she tells us. Nope. Okay, we've developed the new ambulance. And for the new ambulance, we're going to focus on damage output. Or maybe we'll get this industrial lights. Yeah, let's get the industrial lights. Really expand our range. That's 120 zombies. The Ren Pursuer says, still need to buy EDF6, and that escape room, simple. Yeah, I need to get EDF6 as well. Alan says, not a public speaker. I just kept in contact with the college I graduated from. I'm a waiter, and I got my boss to run a promotion. Oh, that's cool. For 25% off all orders if they sign Stop Killing Games, hold on. That's really cool. Alan Smithy, this is for you.
You win!
Alan Smithy's out there doing the real hours, putting together the, giving actual discounts for signing Stop Killing Games. Now that is real dedication there. Thank you for doing that. Alright, so we've got the new medium body ambulance. We're going to put the broad bumper on. It's going to be super heavy, but high damage output. The weight is going to be maxed out. This is going to be a slow moving vehicle, but we got the rocket engine. Maybe I should put the highway tires on it. We'll come back to it, but anyway. We got a new ambulance in our garage here. So there we go. You can see both of them. Baroque Chevalier says, seeing this, and I grow curious if there's a list out there of PS2 Simple Series games that got PAL releases. Baroque, there is. I have the website bookmarked somewhere, but some guy made like a spreadsheet of, here's the Japanese release, here's the European PAL release, and here's the North American release if it got one. So that is... If I find it, I'll try and tweet it out or something. You can follow me on socials. I'm on X, Twitter at Hikikomori Media. I'm on Instagram at Hikikomori Media. I lurk around Discord sometimes, but I'm not really huge into social media in general. I just don't like the experience. I like the cool stream. That's where I am most, I think, active. So hit the bell, hit the notification bell on the channel, and you'll know when I go live. I go live on Wednesdays. This time is not my normal time. I stream at 5 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. But for the Europeans out there, I heard your voice. You made your voices known, and I heard it, and I'm streaming at your time so we could all be here together. I'm not always going to stream at European hours, so You can always watch the archives, though. The archives are on the Cool Stream playlist, or if you go on the channel and you click the live tab, you can see past live streams. They are free. This is free, and if you can catch it, I do appreciate it. It's always fun to have familiar faces pop up and get caught up and stuff like that. But I got a video in the works, but Death Stranding's been taking up a lot of my time at the moment. And that's what I'm going to be doing after this stream is making myself some lunch and then playing some Death Stranding, and hopefully I'm on chapter 6 right now. I don't know how many chapters there are. I think there might be 12, so I'm like about halfway through. The medium-sized ambulance body is way better. Way better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab this guy and go straight into town. And sadly, I have to like leave all the female survivors. I know that sounds bad, but the female survivors will put us in a bad spot. We gotta prioritize the cops and the soldiers at the moment. And mechanics. Nope, sorry lady. You're on your own. I just don't have the vehicle that can support them at the moment. Yeah, this is a male survivor. We'll get him. MGTOW. MGTOW survivors. Oh, damn. So we really need soldiers and mechanics, but we just got a bad run this time around. The reason being is that all the survivors you get have different rates of infection, and the male survivors is at a slower rate than the female survivors, and the soldiers, if you pick them up, they can just basically hang out all day. They are the slowest. I'm not sure about the cops and the politicians, but you can see in the bottom left corner the purple stuff. That is the infection rate. And that's basically a mini timer on top of the top timer. And the top timer is the hospital morale. So there's a method to the madness here. But we're also developing new parts as we go along. The more zombies we kill, that goes into developing new components, new ambulances and stuff. So right now I'm working on a new set of lights, and what the lights do is they increase my radar, so it makes it easier to find survivors each time I go out for a run. But I am a pro level. I can safely say I'm one of the best in the world when it comes to zombie virus, as Kenny mentioned. Yeah, I'm one of the best zombie virus players in the world just by virtue of it being so niche. So you're in for a real treat with that one. So we got a new mechanic. We got a couple new male civilians. The more mechanics you get, the more parts they can develop. So we got 10 mechanics. So we got the new grippy tires. We got that grippy.
Oh, Jesus.
And we got the wing bumper, which the wing bumper is really, really good. It's like a wide spread bumper. They also have like a bulldozer front end that you can get. And we got the medical lights, which I don't know what they do, but they sound pretty good. 48 more zombies till we get the new part. Good luck, man. Misfu88 says, what do EDF experts think of the two World Brother games? I love them. They're a lot of fun. They're a voxel-style EDF, and if you want to introduce like your kids or your girlfriend to the Earth Defense Force games, World Brothers is a lot of fun. Plus, there's a lot of Simple Series cameos in there. So if you like Simple Series games, they're worth playing. It's also a good collect-a-thon thing. You collect a lot of different characters, and you have a squad of 4. Oh, we're not doing this one. We're doing this one. Pivbliss, I know exactly what you're saying. I know it's kind of a weird comparison, but games like this remind me of old Flash games. They had that same kind of creativity and simplicity. Yes. When I was growing up, like, I was in high school, and this is kind of sad, but I didn't come from a family of money, okay? I'm still not rich or anything by that nature. But my mom gave me a choice. She said, all right, Miles, you can have a laptop for college, or you can have a car. But I can only afford one of them. It was back when, like, you know, it was like going to be a beater car. It was just going to be some rundown thing. And I was like, well, I already got a bicycle. And I was going to be living out on my campus. So I'm like, you know what I'll do? I'll just get the laptop, and I'll just ride my bike everywhere. And the place I went to college was a shitty small town where they didn't pave any of the roads, and like there was ice and terrible winter, like ice everywhere. Getting around was just not feasible. So I got the laptop, and my mom got me this Dell Inspiron laptop, and it was a pretty good. I wish I still had it, because I'd like to fix it up and run old Windows games or old DOS games on it. But my mom got me the laptop, and I when I was in college, I couldn't afford a lot of games. The only games I could afford were games that I ripped from the rental store onto my PS2, or Flash games. And I played a lot of Flash games in college. You name it, I've probably played it. I spent a lot of time on Congregate and Newgrounds and all that stuff. So when you brought up how this has like that old Flash game progression, that's exactly, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. I played a lot of zombie games. One of my favorite zombie games was one called The Last Stand. And I think Congregate has been updated for HTML5. So you can still play it, but we got a soldier, nice. If you want to play like one of the best Flash games with decent progression, The Last Stand is something I always recommend to my friends. It got me through some hard times, as they say. But I mean, like, fuck it, I played it all. Flash games are, I feel like, an untapped, unrecognized part of video gaming history. They were peak white trash kid core, or I want to say library computer lab kid core. If you wanted to get away with some shit, if you wanted to like distract yourself from the monotony of public school life, you'd hop on to Newgrounds, you'd hop on to Congregate and play some Flash games. And I played a fuck ton of Flash games on that laptop. I'll never forget. I didn't even have like an external mouse for that laptop. I played so many Flash games that required precision movement with just a trackpad on my fucking Dell Inspiron laptop. It was Kino. I wouldn't trade those memories for the world. Dude, The Last Stand was good. I played like a lot of tower defense games. Tower defense games were just a great all-day kind of thing. I didn't play too many idle games. Like, idle games really came out after I became an adult, like Cookie Clicker and the like. But I played a lot of early Flash stuff, like escape the room scenarios or text adventures, that sort of stuff. Fancy pants games, yeah. What was that buddy game wherever you had like this gray render of these blobs? It was like a little buddy that you had, and you had to like create damage to them. Like you had to like throw bombs at them, light them on fire, and then you'd get more experience the more damage you caused to this little blob guy. You know what I'm talking about? I love that game. Oh, wow. Our base is really expanded out. This guy's new. What's he got to say? Oh, yeah, my friend was saying something funny. Said the tap water tasted different. We can't go into that conspiracy on the cool stream. I think I'll get caught. This is in the game. This is the game lore. This is no conspiracy theory. I'm not dropping any red pills here. You mean some people are still alive out there? We gotta save them, but I'm so scared. Good luck in killing all those zombies. Knowing you're doing that will keep us going. Yeah, we're keeping that morale up. Is he gonna say something? Maybe he saw something really horrible. They get new flavor text. There's new dialogue the further you play in, and the more people you rescue. Research, huh? Keep killing those zombies outside and the research should be completed. Let's see what we got going on with our mechanics here. We completed the industrial lights. We got new equipment. Sweet. We can get those grippies.
Oh, Jesus.
We can... I want to get the wing bumper. Let's see what that looks like. That's 160 zombies. We can do that. Interactive Buddy. Yeah, it was Interactive Buddy. The one where you damage the buddy and you got experience points based on the damage output. Yeah, that game was Kino. Alright, we got the new industrial lights. It maxes out our weight, but our search range goes so much further. Let's see if I can adjust that weight. I don't think I can, because I got the bare bones tires on and the rocket engine, so I'm not sacrificing that. We're just going to have to be a bit sluggish this time around. If you're just joining, we're at 48 likes. Come on. We can do a little bit better than that. 2 more likes. We'll see if my bumper comes back. It's asleep right now. I think our bumper died, but leave that like.
Okay, throw me some numbers.
I want to see 2 more. Let's get it up to 50. Thanks so much for joining for these European-friendly hours. We're at about 1 o'clock my time. We're going to go out there, build that wing bumper, and then we're going to check the Stop Killing Games numbers, and then I got to go get some lunch. The chicken sandwiches are calling me. 50 likes! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You guys are the best. Thank you so much. As always.
I like that jump!
Spam all the sound effects on your board. Use them if you got them. I gotta update this. My buddy Mark got me this. This is my Stream Deck. He got me the mini one for Christmas one year, and I've really used it on every stream. So shout out to Mark for this present. But I think it's about time, since we've been streaming a lot, that I upgrade the Stream Deck so I have like way more buttons. So Mark, I'm eventually going to retire this sometime this year, and we're going to upgrade from that. But I think I've gotten all the use out of it, and it's still very nifty. I think I can still use it for other things too. Basically what this Stream Deck is, it's a programmable interface. You can do it for a lot of things, and it's helped me with the cool stream because I can control almost the entire OBS using it, and I can also spam. You know, if I'm feeling bored, I can just go and pep myself up, you know, or something like that. But it's a really good way of directing as a streamer. So if you're looking into streaming, get yourself a little Stream Deck and start small. It's cute though. It's kawaii. It's got 6 buttons. Okay, oh, look at the lights up top. We got a 360 light bar up top. That's neat. So I have to kill 160 zombies to get the next upgrade. I think we can manage that. We're in a really good spot now. We got a couple of soldiers so we can have more time on the field. Our morale essentially is a bit longer. I'm gonna get 3 survivors. We'll prioritize that for right now. I'm gonna try and get cops and soldiers and mechanics. Those are the 3 I'm going after. Art and Times of J. Ryan says, yeah, I use it for streaming and just to push a button to open Photoshop. That's actually, yeah, that's why, that would be really nifty. I kind of do everything by mouse on my interface. It'd be nice to have a Photoshop button. But you can program them for anything. You can like have them open RetroArch if you wanted, or Steam. I like tactile things. Okay, that's a cop. We'll take him. This city has it's teeming with survivors. But we also have the light bar. That's a regular civ. We don't want a regular civ. That's another cop. We'll take him. I think what the cops do is they prevent they slow down the morale draining a little bit. So the soldiers increase the max capacity and the cops slow down. Are we just going to get 3 cops this time? We'll get 3. It slows down the drain. Alright, now we got to get the fuck out of Dodge. Use the boost. I used 1 boost on this side of town, and then I used the other boost when I zone over. 51 likes. Make our boy Suda proud. Make our daddy proud. And then I use the other boost right when I get out of here. Use it or lose it. We're doing so much better now. The first part of the game was a little rough because we just didn't have any soldiers and zombies weren't spawning, but at the it's like the Stubbs the Zombie dilemma. It's like when you play Stubbs the Zombie starting out on hard mode, it's kind of difficult, but then they start increasing the mobs and stuff like later into hard mode. And then you can build your zombie horde even bigger, and it becomes a lot easier. Same thing here. The zombie spawn rate is increased the further you get into the game, which actually makes it a little easier to farm morale. 3 kappas. Okay, we'll do 1 more safety save. We'll build up the wing bumper. We'll get a few soldiers. And, oh wow, this stream has gone on for a while. I really do gotta head out. I'm getting hungry. But I'm, like, trapped in this flash game gameplay loop, as you say. It's really nice. Okie dokie. Get all your questions in and all that good stuff, and, we'll do a couple more runs here, and we'll check the EU petition, and we'll call it a cool stream. How about that? Thank you all Europeans who showed up to this one. You guys showed up. You're not as strong as our American subscribers, but good enough. Good enough for me. I think we, peaked out last month at 80, so having about 50 people consistently is good. It increases my morale to stream, and we've kind of built something nice here. I'm seeing a lot of regular faces, and I logistically cannot swing a 10 a.m. stream time all the time, but every once in a while We'll do another 10 a.m. But 5 p.m. Central Time is when you can catch the cool stream. Scootin9 with the 1999. Thank you, Scootin9. Long time no see. I need to go back to focusing on work, but I was glad I was able to catch a small part of one of your cool streams. I may have to try out this game. Seems cool. Have a good one, Hikiko. Thanks, Scootin9. It's been a bit. Appreciate that. And have fun at work, whatever you're doing out there. Yeah, I would say the cool stream is mostly safe for work. So, you know, at your own discretion, we'll just leave it there. Hikiko is not responsible for any quick firings or what have you. Watch at your own discretion. You're all adults here, I hope. I try and keep it somewhat PG-13. You know, YouTube compliant, we'll say. But I'm not showing anything like too graphic. There's a lot of gore and dismemberment in this stream. But it's PS2 gore and dismemberment, so I think it's okay. We'll say that's in the realm of PG-13. But I do get a lot of that. People watch my streams at work, which is I get it. I watch a lot of streams when I'm working on something too. Just I believe they call that second screen content, second monitor content. I got a lot of second monitor content in my life. A lot of the things I've been watching, though, have been canceled. I was watching Fish Tank. Fish Tank was my second monitor content all summer, and it got canceled, so I'm really bummed about that. And a lot of my favorite streamers are busy at, like, video game conventions going on. I think it was either GDC or Too Many Games going on right now. So a lot of the people I watch haven't been streaming regularly. One of my favorite streamers is dead. Just straight up dead. Doesn't... either that or just disappeared from the face of the earth. They don't do anything anymore. But I think they're dead. So... I don't catch too many live streams myself, just because, like, odd hours and the like, and but I do watch archives. I have a buddy of mine on Twitch. Twitch doesn't have the best interface for me. I don't understand it as much as I do YouTube, but my friend said they're making a YouTube channel to put all their stream archives on, so I kind of catch up that way. Stream archives. Oh, you work from home, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so you don't have anyone breathing over your shoulder. There was a period in time where I worked from home, and I always had, like, second screen content going. But I do have friends that have remote jobs, and as part of the remote jobs... oh, we need 16 more. As part of the remote jobs, they had to have some sort of screen monitoring software where their employer could, like, remote in. And I don't think I could ever work a job like that. I think that's way too invasive. Now, I understand, you know, the excuses. They want to monitor productivity and stuff, but I say no. Just for my own privacy. I think your privacy is something you should guard with your life in every facet that you can. It's hard in this modern day and age, but my car insurance company, I had purchased a new car. This was a while back, and I had to switch over policies, and I was comparing policies. Like in America, you have to have car insurance. It's mandatory. And so I was like going through 3 different offers, and they like to waste your time, and they want to bore you into buying a policy. And this one place I went to, the agent I was talking to, they were like, hey, if you want to save some money, right? You want the lowest policy, right? The lowest premium that you pay. Like in America, you have to pay for insurance whether or not you use it, right? It's the what if. You're paying for a what if, essentially. So with auto insurance, they were trying to say, yeah, you'll only pay this amount per month, but you got to install this Bluetooth module into your ODB socket in your car, so we can monitor the speed in which you're traveling and if you're obeying the speed limit, right? And in America, all the speed limits are inconsistent. Depending on the town you're traveling through, the highway, they're constantly changing. So sometimes you go over the speed limit and you may not even realize it. Like you enter a certain town and you enter this jurisdiction and it's a different speed limit. I mean, like a lot of the time you just play it by ear. You just see what everyone else is doing and you kind of travel at the same rate. Yes, they have signs posted, but more often than not, you're going to travel over the speed limit unintentionally in most cases. So, not saying I'm, a speed demon or whatever, but I just felt that was really invasive. And I told the agent, I was like, this is extremely invasive. I was like, why do you need to know how fast I'm going at all times? Why do I have to run this application? Like, they wanted me to dip into my data plan and run an application that was connected via Bluetooth, that was connected to a module in my car that could track my exact position at all times and the rate at which my vehicle was going, and then, drain my battery and drain my data plan. Like, they're not going to fucking pay me for the data that this thing is draining from me at all times. And then I told the agent, I was like, no, that's extremely invasive. I was like, it's not worth saving potentially $5 a month, $5 to $10 a month for putting a tracking device in my car. Hey, we got a $4.99 from Hermit. I want to shout him out real quick. Hermit, thank you so much with the sup, bro. Thank you, Hermit, for always supporting. Always a big supporter. But yeah, but the agent was... I don't know if they'd ever been questioned like that. I was like, no, nobody ever complains about this? They're like, yeah, people are worried about it, but most people say yes, is what she told me. I was like, most people say yes to this shit? She goes, yeah, it's actually a sliding scale. She goes, if you're complying with the law and you're complying with all the speed limits, your rate goes down. So you could potentially save up to like $20. But if you go over a certain amount of times, we can actually raise it up, depending on how many infractions you have. So I'm like, you're telling me I install this Bluetooth module, we have an app that tracks my car and the rate of speed I'm going, and I have to constantly be paranoid this entire time if I'm on the sliding scale or not, if I've caused any infractions, and I'm potentially like increasing my premium. I'm like, no. I was like, what's the flat rate? She goes, the flat rate's $5 more. I was like, the flat rate's $5 more, and I don't have to install this Bluetooth module, and I can drive any which way I want, and nobody's tracking me? Yeah, I think I'll go with the $5 more versus this sliding scale NSA scanner you're going to install. What the fuck? People say yes to that? It's weird, man. It's weird living in America because they're trying to like... They're trying to monitor... I'm not trying to be like tinfoil hat here. But they're trying to find ways to like make us feel guilty for existing in such a way to where it like punishes us in a monetary. Like we're constantly being fined. We're in a Kafka-esque nightmare and people don't realize it. And this is how people rationalize things here in America. Well, if you're going the speed limit, what are you worried about? Sounds like a good deal. No. No, it's not. Freedom is the best deal. Always. Not being tracked. Always. That's the best deal. And they never roll back these policies. Once you've been, once you sign this contract, they rationalize it. It becomes the new standard. Fuck it. No way. No way, says Hikiko. Don't take that deal. Go to somewhere else. Somebody else will take my money. And yeah, and that's my little rant on insurance policies there. But compare. It's your... I know it takes a little more time, but compare. Do it for your own sanity. Because there's no way I could follow this. There's no way. I'm not admitting to crimes here, but the way our infrastructure is in an average American town, in all the jurisdictions, just crossing state lines or crossing into a different town. There's different jurisdictions. There's different speed limits. There's no way you can possibly be aware of all the rules all the time. You're just going to have to break a law just by virtue of existing. It sucks. Dude, check out our new bumper. Look at that. Military grade wing bumper right here. I don't want to stop. We're at the 3.5 hour mark. I'm going to have to stop. I don't want to stop. This is such a fun stream. Euros, you don't know how good you had it. You had zombie virus in your life. You don't know how good you had it. If you see this game around at your secondhand shops, go pick it up. I'm telling you. Simple series, by the way. I got one right here. Let's switch over to full cam mode real quick. This is peak European cover art, box art design. This is the graphic, the best Photoshop illustrators you could find in all of Europe designed the covers for the 505 Game Street Simple Series line. This is Deep Water. It's just shark with bold red font, impact font, and I think there's like a white outer glow around that font. This took them hundreds of hours to get this stock photo, but it also comes in a blue case. Like the European games, the PAL games, came in this sweet blue case. We didn't get the blue cases over here in America. We got black cases. So I don't know. It kind of adds a nice little accent to Deep Water here. I always loved how in the Simple series, like, they printed the box art, so like all the directions, all that stuff, in 3 different languages there. So it's in English, French, and Italian. This one is. This one's in Italian. So yeah, if you find any of these Simple series games, go out there and get them. I think they're going up in price. Some of them I've seen have really shot up in price. Like I think Destruction Girl is one of them. So yeah, we're gonna check in on the Stop Killing Games stuff real quick here. Let me get it pulled up, and then I gotta go get myself a chicken sandwich. I'm getting real hungry. Sorry, it's the hunger is the major factor on streaming. When I've streamed for 3.5 hours, I get really hangry after a while. So let's check back in on. We're gonna go back to the.
You win.
Oh, look! All my graphics came back all at once. Leave that like, by the way. All my graphics came back all at once. That's great. So, boom. We're back here at Stop Killing Games. 85%. Literally, I think it was a week ago, this was at like 10%. The momentum is unstoppable. This is definitely, the initiative is going to happen. They got, what, 28 days left? 28 days on the clock? We've got it. I don't want to be overconfident. If you haven't signed it and you live within the European Union, please sign it. The British have already pulled their weight. Since we started, they were, the British were at like 95,000 when my stream started. And now that they're at 105,000. And that bar hasn't filled up all the way. So let's refresh and see if the bar fills up. All right, we got a full green bar. It should just like go over. So there should be like an orange bar or something, or a pink bar that comes out. But Stop Killing Games. We had somebody in here, Alan Smithy, I believe it was, Alan Smithy went out into their community and started offering 25% discounts because I believe they work at a restaurant. 25% discounts if they could prove they signed to stop killing games. That is amazing. If you have any power or any ability to do this, I can't sign either of these because I'm not a British or European Union citizen, so I can't sign them. I'm sure Americans have found ways. Like maybe if I turned on a VPN and got a, I don't know, .co.uk email account, maybe I could do that, but I'd rather all legitimate people sign it, you know, so there's no contention about this. But thank you so much to everyone for signing this if you have. I can't wait to see what this brings later on. Anyway, shout outs to everyone who joined today, all the Euros, all the people in the archive. Your secret passphrase is that a boy, Ross. That a boy, Ross. That is your secret code phrase. So if you made it this far in the stream, you leave the comment down below, that a boy, Ross, I'll know you're a real one. And thanks so much for all the super chats. We did really well. 53 likes on the board. We had 50 people. I think, yeah, we had 50 people at our peak. That's pretty good. So 51 people at our peak. So we're getting a good consistent 50 people here. That's more than a lot of people. I'm not trying to brag, but to put it in perspective, like on Twitch, your average person will get about like 5 to 7, and that's like the majority. And on YouTube, I'm not even sure. Like I've seen people with million sub channels that don't get 50 people. So really big show of support. It's not going unrecognized. You guys are awesome. I'm seeing a lot of regular faces. So I'm going to keep on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. We're returning to the 5 p.m. time slot. Hopefully I'll finish up Death Stranding by the end of the week here, and I can get to work on making a video on that. I've captured a lot of footage, a ridiculous amount. So thank you to everyone. Thanks for the Euro-friendly stream, Hikiko. No problem, JR. Thanks for supporting. MD Chaos, glad you joined. Yeah, we got some Americans in here on their lunch breaks. Zombie Virus is no longer a cheap game, says Heavy Metal Riley. That's... I gotta go check. I'm gonna check after this. Get a McDonald's McChicken. I think I actually got a free McChicken coming to me. That sounds pretty good. I think I might do that. And a nice sweet tea. But thanks so much, everyone. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.